Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody.
And I am Aminata. Hello, and welcome. Happy Monday. Wow, what an episode.
What? It sounds sincere, genuine.
I mean
wow.
It very genuinely.
No, what an episode. This was a banger of Sister Wives last night. But as you know, first things first, let's get some housekeeping done out of the way because we have an amazing guest coming up. Let's get the housekeeping done. Amanda?
Yeah? You want me to do it?
Oh, yeah. Do you have a little song or a little ditty?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, my God. The second the theme song started, all hell broke loose over here. Let's put some. Speaking of total chaos, let's take a look at Robyn's kitchen. Lovely.
Ooh, I heard a double bubble there. Well, you know what time it is. Actually, it's on right now, and I want you to watch us, but also maybe in the background have what we're covering in Girl Dinner this week, which is Karen Read trial. Yes, it's happening. We are talking. It's a big week. As you know, Amanda, when we recorded Girl Dinner last week, I wasn't in court. I was on a view with the jurors. Okay, we're all there.
Exactly. You were not physically in court for your own personal stuff, but it wouldn't have been
where my spirit and my soul is. Really.
Sure, yeah.
Here we all are.
And we'll talk about that a little bit today during our hot topics, because I'm sure things are happening in real time that you're following.
They are. Also, things are happening in Las Vegas on this week's episode of Patreon, season 13, episode 4 of Sister Wives, Kody's shocking move. And there's some tight jeans akimbo sitting on that couch right there. And what a shoe collection. We may talk about some shoes later. And last but not least, Total Request Podcast. We had a request for a real deep cut throwback fairy tale theater with Shelley Duvall featuring Ms. Liza Minnelli in this episode. Princess McKee. And as always, check out our shops on Redbubble and Teespring. We got everything you want. I'm thinking of turning this logo, Coyote Pass, into Coyote Past with a T. Let me know what you think. And of course, in honor of David and Moab, we have the drywall collection. Check that out. And coming up after Hot Topics for Browntown, we have the one and the only Dr. Adam, A-D-A-M, from the Sister Wives Professor. He recapped last night's episode already. We both listened to it. I have so many questions for him.
It's a man and a straight man, but an educated, open-minded straight man. So it's going to blow us out of the water.
I don't know how we're going to handle this, because in one of his recent episodes, he's like, he happened to say that he changed his kid's diaper. And I was like, whoa, he's like real evolved.
We don't know how to talk to you.
Yeah, so that's coming up. All right, let's get into some hot topics. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. By the way, a few people have been giving us negative feedback on the David voice.
Well, sorry, it's his voice. Check it out with Christy.
We're the only podcast that makes fun of David's fucking voice. I'm not in the mood today. Hot topics.
Oh, I love this. I love that everyone loves Dr. Adam and people are saying no, they love the David voice. So,
good.
Hey, whoever is telling us that, take it up with those of you who are with us.
Keep it to yourself. There.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. What's going on with Karen Reed?
Okay, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. I mean, I've already watched testimony from the first trial this morning and recaps of day 5. Like, I am so into this. Okay, so Karen Reed on Friday, the jury went on a view to the Albert's house. This is the location where Karen Reed, if you don't know the story, please just Google it. She's on trial for second-degree murder, manslaughter, and leaving the scene of a collision for her ex-boyfriend, who is a Boston cop. The jury went on this view, and I am wondering if they might ask, if they can, to go back at night, because I think them going to the Albert's house is really tricky, like where John's body may have been laying as they were leaving the house. And if it's dark and snowy, you and I kind of talked about this on our girl dinner. It could be tricky. So maybe going at night might be good. Like, oh yeah, it would be or wouldn't be hard to see him in that corner. On the other hand,
if I took a walk around my block right now and you asked me to name one thing that I saw, I'd be like, nothing. I had a podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I don't look at stuff really. I'm kind of just in a zone. I'm usually surprised when I make it home at night because I like just zone out when I'm driving.
Oh my God. Okay, see, that's okay. We're so different. You are like, I don't know about Dr. Adam, but my ADAM is the same way. Like, I'll say something like, oh my God, one of our favorite things is, or one of my favorite things, he's used to it, like at an Oasis or a gas station, there's a lot of like Mennonite Amish in like the Iowa area. And I always just get like a kick out of seeing them when they're at the McDonald's or at the Quick Trip or whatever. It just is like, oh, okay. And then I'll get back in the car and be like, oh my God, did you see like the Mennonites or the Amish, whatever? And he's like, I have no idea. I'm like, you didn't see an old timey man with a flat brimmed straw hat? Like,
looks like some of us, like me and your Adam, are capable of minding our own business when we're in public, Jody.
Well, this is my problem. This is why I may or may not be looking for a new kind of anti-anxiety medication. Because I take in everything. Yeah. I take in everything. And I blame, sorry, this is going real deep, but I wonder if anyone else has this. I actually blame Unsolved Mysteries for this. The Tara Calico case in particular, because they said if you ever see like a white conversion van with no windows like this, we think this missing person, Tara Calico, has been inside. And I've been looking for that van since 1985. So I'm always taking in everything in case I could help solve a crime.
You want to find a van like that? Just go to my dad's house, because he drives around as his regular car. It's true.
Does your dad have like a young girl? Well, probably now a fully grown woman living in the van. Okay, that got a little dark. Anyway, okay, so today we have this morning, Karen Reed trial. We have a dude on the stand that studied the analytics of Waze, of like where the car was in movement, how fast it is. And I didn't know this, but did you know that the Waze app is the best? It has the best location technology of like any app.
Oh,
like even better than like your iPhone map app. Like it is like the most in real time. So like that's what people will use, even if like Waze is on your phone, like if you go missing or whatever. I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting.
I like Waze because you can warn other people if there's cops around.
That's yeah, like why are there all those little faces all over there all the time? Are those like people who are also using Waze?
Those are other people with Waze. I used it to drive back from New York to Canada, and my dad used a physical map.
Plenty of room for those in the conversion van.
Yes, as he drove a U-Haul, actually.
Does he have like a library in the back? He's like,
I asked him, do you want to just follow me? And he said, no, I'll just meet you at the hotel every night.
Oh,
You got there. All right. Great. So who's winning though in the trial right now?
Well, I mean, the defense. I know that may be just like the normal popular opinion, but the prosecution, it just shouldn't have been prosecuted. Whether she's guilty or innocent, the whole case was just bungled from the beginning. So,
of course,
I think it should be thrown out.
They collected evidence in red Solo cups. That's it. It's the end. You know what? I really, would anybody in the chat like this? Because I've been really thinking about cereal a lot lately, and I would love for us to just do a girl dinner where we both just sit down and like just go through and see how many details we can get. Like just go through the entire cereal case.
Like re-listen to it.
No, just from memory. Just sit down and see like how, because I bet we could do real well.
Oh, you're gonna have way more memories than I did. Like all of a sudden, like stupid shit had gotten into my mind, like kids, toddlerhood, like things have taken up that space. But if I listen to it, it will come back. Like Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now.
Right. And Diane. We could also go through Aunt Diane minute by minute for sure.
There's not a day that goes by where that scene doesn't flash through my mind.
Where the what?
Where that scene of her,
the picture
that you're not expecting, flashes through my mind. Okay, so speaking of dying, not a good transition, but sorry.
So I'm
Dying for Sex with Michelle Williams.
I am about to finish Dying for Sex on, what is it on FX? It's on Disney Plus in Canada, Hulu, I think also. I love it. The girl that like her friend in real life was on Heather McDonald's show a couple of weeks ago, and I listened to it. It was a good interview. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. I watched a couple episodes and then I texted you, oh, you should watch Dying for Sex. Didn't realize that Jody is the #1 Michelle Williams hater on earth because the rant she sent back to me. I was like,
girls, everyone relax.
Jody's childhood bully or something? Because you were so triggered.
It feels like it.
What?
It feels like it. Okay, I'll tell you my history with Michelle Williams.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this as someone who notoriously, famously, infamously does not see a lot of movies. Okay, so I am going into this knowledge with the same knowledge I have when I was like 16, when she came on Dawson's Creek. I never thought she was like that cute, that good.
She's your exact age also. She's your exact age. I feel like young girls dislike characters in shows that are their exact age. Like I hated the girl on Seventh Heaven because she's my exact age. So maybe that was triggering.
Now, Michelle Williams met Michelle Williams. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, Michelle Williams from Beyonce, Destiny's Child. Okay, so here's my thing. I don't hate her. I just don't understand the whole hype because I feel like she was on Dawson's Creek. I don't know. She was always whining about her grandma.
She was so good in Fosse Vernon and Brokeback Mountain.
Okay, I just think let's just get to it. I think she gets a lot of attention and a lot of and she got like a lot of adoration because Heath Ledger passed away and like they had a kid together, they were married or together or whatever, and so she got a lot of like outpouring of love, and then it was like, oh, Michelle Williams is going to be in something, you guys. Oh. So I think she just got like a lot of maybe a lot of adulation and love that I don't see. However, I've not seen a lot of films since the Dawson Creek days. I just don't get it. Anyway. I don't get the I think she's a good actress. I just don't think she's like amazing.
Wow. Well, anyway,
you do?
Yeah, I think she's great. I love Fosse Vernon, and I like Brokeback Mountain. And it is sad that Heath Ledger died. Anyway, Dying for Sex.
Okay, great. Other people are kind of agreeing with it. There's some people that agree with me. Okay.
Jody was so. All I said was, you should check out Dying for Sex. It's really good. Jesus. Anyway, it is good for anyone who can.
Amanda thinks Michelle is very talented. Yeah.
I think she's good. Jenny Slate's in it. It's a woman that is in her 40s and she learns that she has like a year to live or a couple of years to live. And she's like, gets rid of her boring fucking husband. And then she decides she wants to have like really fun, like explorative sex. And the episodes are very funny. You know who's one of the first guys that she sleeps with?
Oh,
that Marcello guy from fucking SNL. Like,
no.
You see his butt.
Okay, can we maybe go back to the days where Lorne Michaels wouldn't let current cast members be in anything because they're all everywhere now.
They're everywhere.
And now
Bo and Yang.
Every commercial, I see that fucking Heidi Gardner. She's on T-Mobile. She's on AT&T. She's on like a fucking ketchup commercial. I can't get. They're everywhere.
Okay. Well, anyway, you guys should all watch Dying for Sex. I actually saw how the actual like last moment of it ends. Like that's the first thing I saw of it. Was, like the last moment of the whole series, and I was like, oh, that's a really nice because I knew what it was about. And so then I went back and I actually, but it is very funny and very charming. Sissy Spacek is in it. It's an easy watch too. The
good cast.
I think that you would like it if you can handle seeing Michelle Williams. Oh, by the way, really quickly, something else I saw on TikTok that I know I won't be able to watch. It's some show from Japan maybe, but it's like people who go to heaven and the scene is them arriving in heaven and their animals running up to them and I'm going to start crying up to them and greeting them. And I was like, I don't even know the context of this thing, but I like couldn't handle it. One of the men is like, you can walk again. Oh God, I can't even. So anyway, there's a show out there like that where people go.
Oh my God, no.
Kill me. Anyway,
I will say there is an old movie and it holds up and it's so funny. I say this all the time with the Albert Brooks and
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. Yeah. And it's, oh my God. Now I want to say diapers. Defending Your Life. It is such a great movie. Go and check it out. It's a great one. Whenever I think about like, oh, if I'm passing, like that's how I want.
Your face says defending your life.
Okay, that's right.
Let's talk about. Okay, so actually, we don't really need to fill time here. So I'm just gonna like get rid of maybe Good American Family. Well, let's just talk about The Rehearsal. That's really like this is the real meat.
We've been waiting for this. So you introduced me to Kevin Fielder. Nathan Fielder.
Nathan Fielder. Yeah.
Perimenopause has entered.
He's Canadian.
Kevin, where the fuck did I come up with Kevin?
Even.
Yeah, it's on Max or HBO. He's got Nathan For You, and then The Rehearsal, which is very different from Nathan For You. He's got more of it's
the same kind of thing. What I will say about Nathan, I saw a TikTok about it where it's like someone being like, all of you people who think you're the one person that gets Nathan Fielder, like you're what ruins it for the rest of us. Because it's a very, very smart show. And it is really deep. I don't even really I watched the second episode today and the layers upon layers, I just can't even let myself
really?
Because it's so deep that I'm like, I like to be a little more simple-minded, but it is so good. Nathan For You is great, hilarious. That's a great little like start to him. But each of his shows are getting more and more deep.
I think you actually have to watch Nathan For You before The Rehearsal. Otherwise, you will not understand him. You'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's like, to me, he appears like he's on the spectrum of some sort. Like,
yeah.
Because his thinking is so out of the box, but he's also like very funny and just his affect is kind of like flat. But when he like becomes personal, like he did in the first episode with the dude talking about his girlfriend, it was really cute. And also, what a fascinating concept. The first episode, season 2, episode 1 is about
really quickly.
Plane crashes.
You can watch the first episode for free on Amazon Prime. You don't even need a membership. Just so you guys know if you want to get like an idea. But yes, sorry. The second season, episode 1, yes, it starts. I mean, nothing is going to get us more locked and loaded than to start out with just 12 minutes of reenacting a bunch of plane crashes back and forth. I know. Reenacting. Yeah.
Well, Amanda, in case you didn't know, in case you guys didn't know, I witnessed a plane crash in an airport in 1997. I saw it take off. I saw it crash. one woman who did speak English looked at me. She's the only other person, went like this. And for 30 years, my family gaslit me and said, that never happened. You didn't see it. It didn't happen. I talked about it on a podcast, and a listener looked it up, and it was like the biggest plane crash in Miami history. And then when I told my family, like, see you guys? And they're like,
it was a cargo plane.
It was.
It was.
And there's a whole Smithsonian Channel episode dedicated to it. So I just want to say, I'm really into plane crashes.
Anyway, the concept of this is that Nathan, he really is so brilliant, because he's coming right out and saying, he's like, this is a comedy show, but I actually think that this would be helpful if they were reading all of the we were reading all of the transcripts of all these plane
flight
crashes.
logs from the
he found a bunch of examples where it seemed like the co-pilot, right? Is that the right way to say it?
Yep.
Seemed like they knew that they were about to fuck up, but then they were like too nervous to say something. So, and then Nathan's kind of underlying thing is that he's very socially awkward, which I can definitely relate to, and just like how he overthinks everything and how he just can't seem to like be natural in front of like people. So the whole concept here is like figuring out a way to make it so that everyone feels comfortable in that setting. So he like rebuilds an entire airport and just has like the Houston airport. He rebuilds the entire thing and just hires like 1 million actors to like reenact what a simulation of what just a day at the airport would be. So he had these actors go to the actual Houston airport and like follow someone
like stalk pilots to see how do they interact, what do they act like, what do they eat, who do they call, who do they talk to. And what he found out is like, wow.
Oh yeah, he's finding, and he finds little people in each episode where he kind of he'll just kind of do an interview with these people, and like these people will say something and he'll be like, wait, what? Like, can you expand on that? Did you watch the second one? It came out last night. Well, he's using the same basis, but he's going into how he used to work at Canadian Idol. And so he has like the pilots come, and he has the co-pilots have to do auditions for Canadian Idol, and have people come in and sing. And then these people need to be comfortable telling these people, no, we're not going to pick you. So it's just this big thing. And now it's going on to how one of his episodes of Nathan For You got erased from Paramount Plus for anti-Semitism. So now it's going into like that might be the whole point of the show, is so that he can find people to tell Paramount Plus to put that back. So anyway, the layers upon layers is nuts, but I respect him so much as a comedian, and I'm an awkward person, so I like really understand him as a person who's much funnier and smarter than me.
Oh, well, check it out, and check out the free episode on Amazon Prime if you haven't seen it. Now you just can't quit this girl, can you, Amanda?
I can't quit Good American.
You just can't quit it. You're in Canada, but you can't take the America out of the girl.
I'm wondering how long until like the Barnetts or Natalia like try to sue them. Like, how long was it until Burke Ramsey sued Jim Clemente and like CBS for that? Correct.
We don't talk about Burke. No.
I'm so, because they're fully just making fun of it. In this episode was from the point of views of both the Barnetts and Natalia, so it's kind of all over the place. Mark Duplass has no idea. He has no idea really what to go with his character, so he's just playing kind of zany. But the first part of the episode is, I think it's Valentine's Day, just like Sister Wives. So he is like in this great mood, and he's trying to make this Valentine's Day breakfast for everyone, and it is like one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen on TV, because he's like, I think it must be Valentine's Day. He's like, good morning, family. And he's being very provocative. He's like, got a, kiss the cook.
Michael Barnett would.
And then at one point, like, but then as you're watching this insanity, you're seeing like, did this really happen? That he like told a detective comes and talks to him, and he gets him to throw his ex-wife under the bus. And he's like, so you guys did know that she was probably like that young. And he's like, well, I think she might've known and she just didn't like her. So he admits it. And then later, like someone else is talking to him, and he's like, well, now you're going to get in trouble for abandonment. He's like, no, that detective was my friend. It was just very classic. And I'm like, no, that is what happened.
What was the soundtrack this week?
There was no like recurring theme.
I'm in the corner. Yes. When we touch. Wow. I think it's going to be like Party in the USA or something.
They did that last episode. But this episode, they went to court to try to convince the judge to try to re-age her. And then at the end, Michael Barnett shows up in court. He goes on the stand, and then they decide to not re-age her. Again, I don't even remember that this happened. And then at the end, Natalia goes up to like read her statement.
Does she drag the garbage cans with her up to the stand?
They have not showed the garbage cans yet. Maybe they won't. A real missed opportunity though. But she walks over with the paper and she's like, "My name is Natalia Grace and she just like crumples up the piece of paper and she's like, "Never mind." She's pissed now.
JB says Chris Kattan, Natalia. It does look like Chris Kattan. That's amazing.
Yeah, she is an actual dwarf in real life. So.
Little person.
Oh, careful. Now I'm going to get in trouble.
Person with a different stature. Okay. Yule is
This is
back.
it. This is the last thing. Look, you season, what is this? 5 is back.
5.
I stuck with this. Somebody requested you season 2 for us at TRP years ago. I loved it. Binged the whole thing. But then this last season was like really, he's like in England. And I was just
I gave up on that season. I started and then never finished.
And now it's back. And I'm like, I can't care because it's been 3 years since the last one. So I guess I'm going to watch that. Is anyone else going to watch you? Do you want me to watch you? I kept trying to watch it all weekend. And I'm like, I just don't want to. And I think
I will give it a try. I'm kind of that same way with Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah, we both
fell off right at the end of last season. It just got just unhinged, and I couldn't really do it. But
somebody suggested Yellow Jackets for us, maybe for TRP. Maybe get us back into it. It was like a really
good episode.
Yeah, maybe. That's it.
Well, Amanda, we have Dr. Adam in the greenhouse, in the green room. Should we start Brown Town and then bring in Dr. Adam?
Yeah, let's have Dr. Adam join us over here in Brown Town.
Brown Town. Everything's waiting for Pooh.
I really hope that Adam has heard that or seen that before and isn't going into that fully blind. But that's all I can say about that.
Well, you know him. You love him. It's the Sister Wives professor, Dr. Adam. We're adding you to the stage. Dr. Adam, welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on any kind of doo-doo themed podcast or YouTube channel.
Well, this is the poohiest one in town. Adam, what would you like for us to address you as?
Yeah.
Adam is fine.
You don't want us to say Dr. Adam every time.
No, whatever you want. You know what? It's all good. I don't stand on formality. I'm a guest here. You two are both much more impressive than me, so it's really not a big deal.
You're a man.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain
Am I?
We don't have a lot of men over here in the chat, so but it is nice to have a man to explain all the simplicities to us that our little women brains can't usually understand.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll do my best.
Really quick, I just want to address this question. Brandy says, "Is this Jody's Adam?" That's my husband's name. So no, this is a different Adam. This is another wife's Adam.
Yes.
And my wife's named Amanda.
Is your wife? Is it really?
Yeah. Do you not know that you were part of one of, oddly enough, 2 different conspiracy theories that have come out about me on Reddit? One of which was that you and I were married.
Oh, really? I don't go on Reddit, babe.
I don't anymore. The other one was that I was secretly Corey from Surviving Sister Wives, and I love that because it presupposes that Corey, in his limited free time, chose to start a shittier Sister Wives podcast just by himself.
I could see him doing that though, just for the bit. Fully.
Your voices do kind of sound similar now that I think about it. Sure. Very relaxing.
It was very flattering. Both were very flattering, but no, different Amanda, and I am my own human being. So
I love it. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about your podcast and what makes you so likable? I haven't heard any negative things about your podcast ever. All your reviews are super nice.
You don't go on Reddit.
Oh no, we don't go there.
I don't even dip my toe in the waters over there.
No, yeah, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, people have been very, very effusively kind to me, which to your point earlier, I do want to acknowledge anytime I talk about this is, I think, in part because I am a man navigating a primarily like feminine space. And I think I get a lot of leeway. And I want to just acknowledge that because you two are incredible. And I've been such a fan for so many years. I'm so nervous. I apologize.
Oh God,
no, we are more nervous to talk to you than you are.
Well, I've actually never spoken to a woman before, so this is a big day for me.
It's got to be really hard. You have to like dumb everything down for us, right?
Use your words wisely.
Oh my gosh. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we both listened to your we're going to talk about Kody's cameo just for everyone.
Yeah.
We buried the lead here. We're going to talk about Kody's cameo. You did watch it, yes? Or you are aware of it?
I did watch it, yeah.
I watched it on 1.5 speed, and even that was rough. But really quickly, we both listened to your podcast that you put out this morning. And I wanted to just kind of get your general, like what you thought of this episode. I thought this episode was amazing. But also I wanted to bring up a point that you made that I thought was, we're both very hormonal, me and Jody over here, awesome women. And so I was like getting choked up when you were talking about, because you do a lot of stuff about body language and communication, which we don't delve in on that stuff. We talk about food that we see in the background or something. But you said that Janelle and Meri, when they're talking to each other on Coyote Pass, just their body language and how they were both like giving each other strength and kind of like almost taking over each other's regular roles in communication.
Yes.
Can you expand on that?
Yeah, it was amazing. So context too, just for people that don't know me, I live, breathe, sleep this show. I have forever. I have introduced this show to my wife, to everyone. So like I'm less I like reality TV and I'm in it, but I'm more of a Sister Wives person than a reality TV person. And so I bring that up just because contextually, like I've been watching this show for over 10 years. And so what stood out to me about that interaction on the prairie dog poop playground, as I like to call it, of Coyote Pass, where Kody's dreams go to die, is the story of Meri and Janelle are just diametrically opposed people trying to make a situation work, which I think is part of what makes them relatable to a lot of people, especially in big families. But what I saw them in that moment is they were like trying to be in lockstep with each other and had the same goals and were venting about Kody constructively. And what you saw is Janelle started to become more Meri-like in that she started to become more assertive and more emotional and more dominant, which in the history of Janelle's relationship with Meri, she hasn't been. Yeah. In contrast, in contrast, Meri just gets steady and calm and is validating Janelle. And they're like building each other up, but they're mirroring each other. Like they're kind of switching roles non-verbally and emotionally, which in a healthy relationship, oftentimes you get to do that. Like if you have like a bestie or a relationship partner or whomever, that you can just kind of be the version of yourself you're not with anyone else. Like that tends to be a healthy dynamic. And so to see that between Meri and Janelle, especially after all this time, I just thought this is amazing. Like look at these women expressing themselves comfortably around each other, whereas that has not been the history of their dynamic by any means.
Yeah, my favorite part of that is when Meri says, "Oh my God, Janelle, I'm just so mad." I like set up on, I'm like, thank you. And then Janelle, when she said, "It's okay, Meri, like there's nothing you can do really if you think about it." It was just such a great little like moment, like you said.
And Janelle was validating her too, because Meri's like, "I don't know why I'm upset." And Janelle takes on this like really warm tone. It's like, well, Kody has been a part of your life like since you were 20 years old. Of course it's hard. And that is so real. And that's such a big part of like Kody's Parowan mental breakdown he had when Meri was leaving. Is I've said over and over, is Kody like sad about not being married to Meri? Not so much, but I think you can I've had breakups that I really, really wanted to break up, right? It was a bad relationship. I was ready to get out. I'm like counting down the days, like, I'm gonna get out of this. And then once it's over, I got really depressed, even though I knew it was a bad relationship. And to be clear, again, if you don't know me, Kody sucks. I oftentimes refer to him as the human divorce. So I get a lot more credit for being nice than I actually am. But I do think Kody has real pain. My issue with Kody is not that he doesn't have real pain. It's that he does terrible things with his pain. That's my contention anyway.
I think what's so validating about your podcast for me is that you do approach the show from a much more intellectual level. And the fact that you still fully dislike Robyn and throw her a ton of shade to it. I'm always like, yes, a smart person.
if I can ask you about Robyn, because yeah, your insight on Robyn and how you can read her, I just love. But my one question, and I hope you, and you may have like talked about this, but I need you to explain it
That's
again.
okay.
So Robyn is, she's manipulative, right? Like we know this,
Yes.
She manipulates situations, but is Robyn aware that Robyn is actively manipulating? Or do you think it's so innate, it just happens and she doesn't realize it, or does she realize it? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Most bad people don't go through life going, man, I sure am a terrible person. Like almost not everybody, almost everybody is the hero of their own story. That's what makes it so hard.
I go through every second of my life pretty much thinking that I'm a terrible person.
Well, I'm an academic, so all I know is self-hatred, but normal people, typically don't feel that way. Yes, I will talk about the manosphere too. I actually have a whole podcast on Patreon. I'm not trying to show Patreon. I have a whole podcast just on, I call it Manosphere and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's all about Kody Brown on the manosphere. To your point, sorry, I get very excited. Does Robyn, there's two ways to think about this. Robyn is good at many things. Self-reflection, Robyn is not very good at. I think that Robyn comes through life through what we call the victim stance, where Robyn is only comfortable when she's uncomfortable. And what I mean is when she is a victim, when she's aggrieved, you see it from the very beginning, the I picked the dress moment, where people are really upset that Robyn allowed Kody to pick her wedding dress. And she goes, well, this is really bad for me because I didn't want you to need this. And it's like, how are you the victim in this? And that was when I started clocking, oh, I see. So does Robyn go through life thinking I'm a master manipulator? No, I think that she is more purposeful than because I was a Robyn apologist for years. Let me be clear. Not now, as you know. I don't think Robyn.
Sorry, may I, when did that kind of shift?
Oh, God. This is embarrassing. Not that long ago. I selfishly didn't want the Brown family to be kind of what they are because I was so invested, and I didn't want to feel like I got bamboozled. And
they bamboozled all of us.
I know, but so I would say, if you want like a season number, like 12, 13 is when I started to go, all right, I gotta start kind of.
We're on season 13 right now, and she is starting to let her ass hang out a little bit more. So I think that.
Yeah.
Right? When do you think she started kind of showing her ass?
Looking back on it now, I think from the beginning. Beginning now.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true. Because I started watching in season 16 when it was already like out there what a monster she is. So when I went back to watch, I already went in with that knowledge.
And I went into it too, being like, again, like I'm a man. I don't want to be out here going like, oh, the woman is ruining this whole family. That's just not something I wanted to talk about because it just felt kind of weird. And I've always been like Kody, Kody's Kody. To answer your question, I don't think because I will tell you how to build a watch if you ask me what time it is. But I don't think Robyn thinks she's manipulative. I think Robyn knows what she's doing, and I think that she runs on autopilot with it. I think that many people, myself included, are really good at doing mental gymnastics to justify things you have to do.
Oh, for sure.
And I think Robyn is the last person I would say that goes around going, wow, I'm really manipulative. I think if she were to tap into that in any sort of cognitive way, she would go, gosh, I'm really good at getting people to where they need to be mentally. I think that is how she looks at her relationship with Kody, is because my contention has always been, I don't know if you've heard me say this or not, or any of your listeners, but Robyn presents Kody with scenarios where Robyn wants Kody to come to a conclusion. Then she allows Kody to come to that conclusion on his own, and then he thinks it's his idea.
Oh, yeah. She's really good.
Because Robyn knows if you tell Kody, this is what you think, this is what you should do, Cody's going to go, well, me discover fire or whatever.
Controls me. Yeah, that's been a regular narrative. Nobody can control Kody Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
I think like I can kind of see her maybe being like, okay, well, I'm going to say this because I really want Kody to realize what a, bitch Janelle is being. And so she's venting or saying, kind of dancing around it a little bit to lead Kody to the conclusion. But I don't think she's aware how people perceive her.
I think she's aware now. She looks at her Instagram comments.
Well, but like I think she walks around in a victim mentality, but like I think in her mind, she thinks people see her as like, oh, I don't know. I'm just sitting here. I don't know. I forgot there's a word for it that you use, Adam, that is like she pretends like she doesn't know, like she's just sitting here and I don't know, things are happening. I'm just confused.
Oh yeah, that she's just a little tiny baby. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
But then also you have the fact that it's so generational, and her mother, she said, calls me the Brown family scapegoat. So her mother has conditioned her, and I'm sure her mom did this too. So this is just kind of what, like, Robyn, as far as Alice is concerned, handsome Alice, Robyn has like set herself up exactly the way her mother has like wanted her to. So Robyn's not doing anything wrong.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a podcast coming out. I'm going to give you all a spoiler just because it's fun and I'm excited to talk about this, but it's coming out in a couple of days. And I describe Robyn like metaphorically as being like somebody going on American Idol, where the people that go on American Idol have been told most of the time their whole lives by people who meant well that they are such talented singers. And to me, American Idol is Sister Wives, and Robyn's crying and Robyn's victim stance are her singing voice. And she goes up there and the judges, meaning us, go, we don't buy this. You got two choices. You can go, my whole life was a lie and I'm not special. Or you can go, no, the hell with you. You just don't appreciate how special I am. And she chooses, like a lot of people, to go, you're wrong. You know what I mean? The people that matter know me. The people that know me love me, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, I think that's how she's paradoxically most comfortable with people not getting it, weirdly.
For sure.
Yeah, we just can't see it her way. She just has like this, she's just seeing it from here, this little victim.
You're just a little small bean. Yeah.
Jody thinks that which I agree with, but Jody has said that she is rotten to the core. And I think that Robyn has never done a single thing in her life that is not self-serving in some way. Would you agree that Robyn is rotten to the core?
I think she was raised that way.
Would I believe that Robyn is rotten to the core?
Just there's no goodness in her whatsoever.
I don't think she can change.
There's goodness in everybody. I have to believe that. I have to believe that. I don't think everyone is redeemable. I think everyone has some sort of positive contributions they can make. Oh gosh, let me think. I'm trying to think of like
Robyn can make a relish tray.
She can make bomb lasagna.
You know that bomb lasagna has cheddar cheese, not mozzarella, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amanda and I zoomed in.
I am a Midwest American garbage pail. I would eat that with no hesitation.
I would eat it, but it's just weird. I'm just saying, it's just very Robyn. Actually, really. Let's bring it back to one of the people have been asking you questions throughout here. I don't know if you saw them, but one of them was the manosphere, and somebody asked a question a couple seconds ago. But could you expand on the manosphere? Maybe tease your Patreon episode. Maybe we'll subscribe to it.
Sure, why not? Yeah, so I do monthly deep dives on the Brown family. In fact, in like 2 or 3 days, whatever, May 1st, I have one coming out that's just entirely on my conceptualization and explanation for Robyn's crying adjacent behaviors, as I call them. It's called Tears of a Brown, because I can't help myself. But the manosphere thing, so I have actually studied men's rights activism, which is what they call it, and the manosphere and the red pill and MGTOW, which is what I believe Kody probably gets his stuff from, which is men going their own way. Kody isn't an incel. Kody is not involuntarily celibate, but so the men going their own way is more of this sort of reclaiming masculinity and deprogramming after like second wave feminism and stuff like this that men have been. And you hear very popular platform people, Anthony Mackie, the actor, was on a podcast not that long ago talking about, I'm going to raise my sons to be men and not hate their masculinity. And I'm not saying he subscribes to those mindsets, but that's the kind of stuff that gets talked about with MGTOW is women are inherently disloyal. Women will go for the alpha, whoever the alpha is. And so things that for Kody, and y'all probably aren't going to like me saying this, but people like Kody that are in a vulnerable position. Now, Cody's in a vulnerable position because he has torched his life, which he didn't have to do. He's vulnerable in that he's what I call it, he's undergoing ego death. Everything that he has known to value about himself, he has destroyed. It's his fault, but still, he is looking for ways outside of just Robyn to explain, how is this not my fault? And people that fall into cults, people that fall into mindsets that anybody listening to this would kind of go, I could never understand that. Typically, they're vulnerable in some way and they're looking for some sort of explanation, some sort of purpose, whatever. And Kody is not an alpha. I agree. But Kody, most people that think they're alphas aren't. That's kind of the paradox.
For sure.
If you subscribe to that kind of terminology. But yeah, I think that Kody went online and he used to say in his Twitter bio or whatever, I took the red pill, which means that I like the Matrix, which is pretty funny considering who made the Matrix, but I won't go there. But is that you have been woken up to the evils of feminism and modern life and the cucking, if you will, of masculinity, that men are not allowed to be masculine. And Kody is such a fascinating example of this because Kody, like a lot of the dudes that subscribe to this, want to be leaders and they're terrible at leading. That's the funny thing. Is there are many strong women, not everybody, but there are plenty of women that go like, yeah, I don't mind having a man like be in charge of my family. There are women that want that, but you still need to have a person that can successfully lead a family, which Kody cannot do.
Who do you think Kody is ultimately trying to impress?
Wynn Brown.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I think
it all goes back to that, the daddy issues, huh?
100. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. That's not what I do. But in terms of family dynamics, I think Kody, and I just covered season 3 where he goes back to his hometown and he meets his high school friends. And
that's a good
so
episode.
much of Cody's life.
Gay.
Oh my God.
Which would rule if that were the case. But yeah, it's funny because so much of Cody's life has been trying to stand out and try to be the center of attention. And that doesn't come from nowhere. That I think comes from a lack of attention, part of it just could be his personality. It could just be his personality. Sorry, the bananas got me. Could just
I
be the
forgot. I
personality.
just had to do it.
And Kody is no Joe Darker. That's true. And I think that Kody he wanted to be singled out by his dad. I have always been struck by Kody making sense of his father and being gifted that like big Carhartt coat or whatever it was.
That is like one of the saddest stories. And in the play August Osage County, the mom tells a story exactly like that about her abusive parent, how they gave her a box with the thing that she wanted in it. And then there was like nothing in it. And then Kody was telling it as like a cute, he like justified it that Wynn wanted. He
was trying to reframe it, which we all do. Like we all look at when we kind of got a raw deal, especially because like, I don't know about you two. I don't have a great relationship, especially with my dad. And I want to love my dad no matter what. And he's the worst, but I want to love him and I want him to love me in this like 4-year-old kid, Adam, that lives in me. And I'm open to admitting that. So I don't judge Kody for that. I don't judge anybody for their pain. Like I said, I just judge people for the good or bad things they do with it.
What do you think he sees in Caleb? Like, because he has sons that are very, in Kody's eyes, like manly and, very masculine. He's got Hunter and, Garrison and but yet, like, he will sniff Caleb's stinky ball cap every time he sees him.
Yeah.
Like, there is something with Caleb. What is that?
Yeah. So this is such a good question. I think it's not that dissimilar to why he's so focused on Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna, because they and Caleb offer him something that his other kids can't, which is they can choose him above other people.
God, you are so good.
Thank you. I do this for a living.
Yeah.
But it's true.
No, like, I would love to be in your class. I would love this.
No, you would not. His kids, maybe you'd at least show up and probably take your AirPods out. So that would be nice, actually. That'd be terrific.
I love it.
But yeah, I think that Kody, his kids, he loves the validation from his kids, but there's something that someone like Caleb can offer him, which is, I choose to validate you. There's no social obligation. I also think that I think Kody is always looking for, I hate to say alphas, but strong men to validate him. In early seasons, especially, Cody's always like, I need a man date. I need to go out. I got to be around. I got to get the testosterone all over him and just shoot testosterone all over my face or something.
Yeah. He must really hate Caleb is absolutely not choosing him. Caleb is like there this whole season for all this Kody shit talk. So
yes, he is.
I like knowing that Cody's suffering from that. Adam, what do you think of Cody's like trying to change the narrative in this episode now? And because I don't buy it for 1 second, but him now trying to be like, I was just mad and I actually did love them. Like, what do you think of the apology tour?
I think he's telling the truth, and I think he's telling the truth for premeditated reasons.
Mm.
I think that PR probably. I read it as angling for a new season of the show. Frankly, that was my first reaction. Other than like, what the hell is going on? I think he's telling the truth. I also think he's more secure in his relationship with Robyn. He was very, very raw, very, very angry, and I do dunk on Robyn a lot. I'll tell you this. The version of Kody that I bet he was after he was just getting left by those women, I don't think Robyn deserved to be around that. I don't think anybody deserved to be around that. I bet it was a very dangerous, emotional person to be around. So I do want to give Robyn credit for that. I bet she endured a lot. I think it's PR. I think he's calmed down and he's more secure and being a monogamist with Robyn. I think the dust is settled. Yeah, pretty much. That's my read.
I would agree with what Jacob, another man in the chat, says that season 19A was Robyn's redemption arc and season 19B is Kody's redemption arc. None of us are buying it, but I guess that's what.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I have a question about Meri, but since we're talking about Kody and Robyn, and I know this may be a touchy subject, and you are a much better human than I am.
That's
but
not true.
Okay, so let's just try to okay. How do I say it? You are so kind that you are kind about Robyn's children. I totally feel the opposite. Just
get out of town.
What was your thoughts on Areola coming home? Sorry, I can't.
Her name is Areola May, Jody.
They call her Ari, so like, which name is it? Whatever. I'm calling her Areola. When they were almost like afraid of her coming home, like, oh my God, we have to finish it. What is that? What is that? Because it does seem different than how they interact with like Aurora and Brianna.
Oh, y'all don't like a boss babe all of a sudden? You got a problem with that? Like, what's the matter?
Like, it just seems like they are true. I mean, Kody says he's afraid of her, but like, I do think they are really afraid of her. What's going on?
I don't
Communication wise, is Areola like beyond their years and she's able to trick them, and that's why they're so like, whatever you want?
She's the last probably child. She's the baby. Kody's entire adult life has been defined by having children or being in the process of raising or having some sort of small child.
True.
Okay, so they want to infantilize them, keep them young.
That is, yeah, again, I swear to God, I'm not trying to shill Patreon. Yeah, I've got a whole podcast on just how they infantilize versus parentify various children, especially parentifying Logan and Aspyn and so on and so forth. But I think that it could be personality. It could be that Ari is just I don't mean this to be mean. She could just be a difficult kid. Some kids are difficult. Some kids just are. I have my youngest is my only girl. She's 3. You two know me relatively well. I'm a pretty soft touch. Like, I would lift a car for her so she doesn't have to get up off the couch. Like, part of it is like a girl dad thing for me. She could be spoiled. She could have unregulated emotional reactions to things. I genuinely don't know. It felt weird. I do try to be really careful about what I say about people's kids, because if somebody was out there talking about my kids, like, I would hit them with a car. And so
for sure.
That's just me.
I'll actually switch it into more of a like chill, well, not chill, but actually I will say that my opinion on Areola has changed pretty drastically, especially since seeing the cameo base. And this will actually quite smoothly lead us into kind of our like little Browntown checklist. There's not that much happened on social media this week, but
what, Amanda? Quite smooth.
Okay. Adam, we have
you two are so good at this.
We have merchandise that says "Go Away, Aurora" on it.
Yeah.
So we're
I love that
again.
for you.
You are much. I
love that for you. I don't judge. I just do what I do.
She's an adult now. She can take the bows out of her hair and like
beyond an adult. Okay, so Kody did this cameo, which it's exactly what you'd want it to be. It's manic. I would compare it to the cameo we got from Tony, where all that was asked was, how do you make, what was it, fajitas or something?
And the sheer volume of pico de gallo we go through in this house, volume, we have to buy it.
And he like made a 6-minute cameo for us. Well, Kody kind of went on that. He like, the thing is that I think Kody, it's like Kody must know that he's being trolled. Somebody clearly was like, show us how to do a handstand. But I think his narcissism like won't even allow him to accept that he's being trolled. So he's like, I'm gonna go to my gym, wait for it to clear out, and teach it. So he's teaching us about inertia basically, and like momentum for 7 minutes. And the whole time he's like, I'm just gonna do this. So that's how you do it. You just get on your hands and you just pull yourself. So he's huffing and puffing the whole time. But then at one point he does mention how his littlest is very top heavy, or like she's very heavy and she's very heavy and she can't hold herself up. And there was a comment on our Facebook page about this is just you. If he's saying this on a cameo, you have to think of the things that are being said to her and like how performative they are for camera. And a couple other people have written to us being like, I don't like how mean you are to Ari. I actually think that she's like not in a great position. And like, I feel really bad for her. And I think I'm starting to turn more onto that side, that it's got to be rough to be Ariella.
Yeah. Let me be clear, to do any of this, to watch any of this, especially to create content, you have to have some sort of cognitive dissonance where you can separate yourself from things. You just have to. That's just it. So for me to set arbitrary standards for everyone else would be ridiculous. Part of my podcast, you two have been effusively kind. I do want to point out my podcast is technically a side job through my day job. And unfiltered me is pretty much the same person, but I basically just talk the same way I do in class. And if I'm backstage somewhere, I'm probably more, loose with stuff. As far as that cameo, okay, so a couple things. One, if I could bottle Jody's Tony Padron impression, I would be a million, because I'm just like, put it in my veins.
You got to get like a bubble in your throat.
Bubble in your throat.
There you go. No. And just if I just need to, PayPal you $5 every now and again just to say tres leches cake for me, because that's all I need.
Street tacos. The way he tore into that cake while he was on the stand in the middle of the wedding.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with him.
It's Tony's wedding, so it's Tony's cake.
I'm obsessed with him. Yeah, I see. I'm a big
sorry. I mean, I could ask you about every single person on the show. Okay,
wait,
sorry.
Where's this picture? Hang on. I just want to show this picture because Jody, I saw that you captured just it's truly looking at Mykelti, and it's like, this must be the most common face that Mykelti receives from people in her family.
Yes.
Where it's like, shut up.
Look at Aspyn there. She's like, here we go again.
Well, because Mykelti had just finished saying she's gonna have sex, Mom.
Yeah.
Aspyn's like, I need a break already.
She gets her humor from Meri, who also likes to giggle about anything sexual.
Yeah,
like, you are old enough to be a grandmother. You've had sex before you have a child.
Yeah, this is bananas.
Yeah. Good one.
Wait, sorry, we got way off track as we usually do. But Adam, so what's your thoughts on the cameo? Because it's horrifying.
One thing, Kody is wearing the exact same shirt that my 4-year-old wears to soccer practice, so that's pretty good. 5 out of 10 on that shirt. God.
I got his
shoes.
And this is where he's tucked his shirt in so you don't see his gorilla body. I'm very hairy. He tucked his shirt in for that purpose.
What a way to make a living. Let me put it that way. What do you say about that isn't so obvious? Kody loves physicality. Kody loves physicality. I've talked about this. When Kody feels insecure, including on the show, Kody will find some reason to do something physical. Kody, you've seen this too, like his honeymoon with Robyn. He does a really bad job surfing, which so would I, whatever. But when they get back to shore, he immediately starts doing like a handstand and doing all his physical stuff.
That is so true.
I don't know if it was a handstand, but he picks her up or he does something. And when they're working with Mona and Kody does something wrong at setting up the open house, Kody insists on like lifting Christine up, like on top of him to start doing stuff. Kody defaults to physicality when he feels insecure, in my mind. And so I think he just naturally likes to display himself physically. He was a wrestler. That's when he probably felt the most socially.
He does like to run out the front doors in the cul-de-sac and like leap off a rock. Like he likes to like
this is a good conversation. This is going to really actually inform us in me and Jody's recaps. Actually, like the knowledge you've given us here, this will help us inform.
Felling the tree, right?
Yes.
When he took down that tree. I am a man. Oh,
Oh my gosh, him and Barry Plath, they will just cut down a tree rather than go to therapy.
Can I ask you, because I haven't been keeping up on the Plaths. I know you have a Patreon episode. Keeps going back to it. What happened with Olivia? Are we at liberty to discuss?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I have a Plathville podcast coming up for everybody in like a few days with Amy and Amanda of Little Miss Recap, and I feel bad because I record Plathville stuff really, really early, just because of like kids and day job and everything else, and so we don't talk about it. But Olivia went out on Instagram and made some allegations of definitely emotionally and verbally abusive behavior of Ethan when they were together, and threats of, purchasing weapons, taking doors down so that she cannot be away from his line of sight and stuff like that. And like, I'm still processing that and figuring out how to talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, okay.
Well, being raised in that kind of a household.
That doesn't surprise me in any way whatsoever.
Ethan is very emotionally constipated. He's very emotionally constipated. And I'm not making an excuse, but I'm saying, Ethan is a grown man responsible for his decisions, but he's doesn't.
The one with the wine slushies, right? Coke.
Yeah, I had a Coke slushie and a wine slushie. He's Kenneth from 30 Rock, yeah.
Oh, totally. Adam, do you have like another 3-4 minutes and we'll just kind of blast through the other?
I've got a bunch of minutes, whatever you need.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's the other stuff that happened this week, but really, we usually pull Instagram comments from Robyn and Kody's Instagram, and they were
I know
lit this week. So we'll just kind of get to that. But Tata Farms, Tata Farms posted this quote: "Some of the best parts of who I am came from the woman who came before me," which is a lovely quote to me. Last week we posted a thing that Meri had posted saying, your female bloodline has been waiting for a woman like you. And we were like, kind of shots fired at everyone in your bloodline there. So I just think it's funny that this week they post some of the best parts of who I am came from the woman who came before me. It's a little competition between Tata Farms and Worthy Up.
Yeah. Also, I think they're really pushing that Mother's Day thing a few weeks early, but
you got it. Well, it's coming up.
They got to sell something on the farm.
Cody.
They got to sell something on that farm.
Here's a picture of Janelle wearing the merch. She loves an apron. She loves a beige apron. Jody bought me one for my birthday in honor of Janelle. Mm-hmm. We got Madison.
Oh, look at that.
And the caption here is, "Same apron, different hands." Our Mother's Day bundles were created with so much intention for the moms who taught us how to cook, how to care, and how to show up. There's something really special about being in the kitchen together. It's not always about the food. I don't know about that. But it's about the time, the stories, and the way those simple moments stick with you. We were honestly blown away when these sold out a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for all the love and support. We just
Me too.
Yeah.
Really? Because I'm just being a dick. Of course they sold out. Everyone wants to throw money at you for anything. Not Worthy Up, but you're at least giving
not us flowers.
The flowers haven't happened yet because they can't build on the land.
Right.
As it turns out. But the Mother's Day bundles are back for a limited time and include a few of our favorite kitchen staples, including an apron. We hope it becomes part of your family traditions. Grab them before they're gone again. So that's great. $99. I was going to buy one for my mom, but for
an apron? Okay.
And a wooden spoon. It's a wooden spoon that comes with it. But
okay.
That's American.
That's a lot.
Then Janelle posted, "You guys, thank you." This is such a Janelle post too. "Thank you for the interest in the products I posted about yesterday. It really me answering your inquiries. Sure. If I miss you, I apologize. Message me again and tell me what interests you about what I shared. I can guarantee." Oh my God. She posted.
If that was in all caps, that could have been my mother.
Oh no.
Oh, Janelle is all of our moms.
Yeah, it is every
video. She's like,
"Oh, there's a video. I'm going to show a video."
Oh, I really like fall and the leaves. Everyone knows me, pumpkin spice. And
it's like how my uncle writes the entire email in the title of the email. And so I just have to scroll through and read the whole
huge
thing.
Millennial pause. But what I think happened here is Janelle probably posted a story saying, "Hey guys, give me some inquiries about what you're looking for." And then she deleted the post and lost everything. So this is her way of being like, "If I missed you, just make sure you message me again and just let me know." Because I screwed that up.
She also just found out that you don't have to use an actual picture and put words over it. She found those the default color screens and she's like, "Ooh, who knew?"
I'm ready for
Line
her
up.
to
Top
enter
center.
her like Bitmoji era. Like I want just Janelle Bitmoji everywhere. That's what I'm
Oh,
missing.
she'll get there. She's about 10 years behind of all social media, so she'll get there in a bit. This is a video that she posted, and she wrote, "Got a good bit of planting done in the backyard garden. While we wait for what seems like forever for the government agencies to stop being government agencies and approve our permits, it's been almost 9 months, you guys. This is my gardening outlets. We're holding off on new chickens, for now." Little inside joke about all the chickens, how all the chickens died recently. And I just came in to wash up and saw the dirt on my nose. Some people have flour. I guess I have dirt.
Who knew?
Here's the video.
I love her.
It's 44 seconds.
Hot mess, but today's workout was the beginning of the garden. Caleb and Maddie and I have been working, and so try to show you. I've got tomatoes and peppers and some cucumbers, and then over there I've got cauliflower and broccoli, and those are going to be coming on pretty quick. But yeah, so we decided to not do chickens and to wait. So we're turning their pen into the garden, which is nice because it's fenced off and the dogs aren't going to run through it. So the best workout that you probably can get, that you don't have to pay for, it's free and it's therapeutic. Gardening is the way to go.
I guess we'll just take her word for it on the cauliflower and all the vegetables she was mentioning.
Those greens? Are those greens? Is that spinach? Is that greens?
It looks like spinach, but it's actually
I love her so much. I just love her. I just want her to be happy.
Oh,
for
God.
sure.
Now, is that garden in their backyard? So that's not even a garden on the farm.
No. You can't build in the farm, Jody. The government agencies are government agencies.
Wait, but we can't even plant like tomatoes?
Aren't we all waiting for the government agencies to stop being government agencies in some form or fashion?
Story of 2025. I think this is now Tata Farms is what they're going to kind of reveal soon. This is now Tata Farms.
There was like a house there, though.
I think that's Maddie and Caleb's house.
Tata Farms is less a place and more of an idea.
Yeah. It's a state of mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go through some comments here really quickly. We'll blast these out. Thank you so much, Adam, for your time, by the way. Here we go. And Adam, you don't need to say anything shady about these. You can just sit and take it in, or feel free to agree with all of these comments because some of them are really mean. Okay. Here's Robin. Robin Brown's Nest. Hey, Robin, I just finished watching all 5 seasons of Big Love. And you know who you remind me of? Nicolette Grant.
Ooh.
That person also wrote the exact same thing on Cody's Instagram this morning. Hey, Cody, I just finished watching all 5 seasons. You know who Robin reminds me of? Nicolette Grant. I also agree because Nicolette Grant, for anyone who doesn't know, has a shopping addiction and is a probable narcissist. Okay, here's another one of Robin's. Sunflower says, so this, by the way, all of these were posted earlier in the week after the reveal was that she never shut off the cart and my sister was. So where's the money going from the purchases for website orders? Robin Crook. After that, we got, so you agree with us. This is Veronica S. Herode. So you agree with us that you were using your words to manipulate Kody. Soulmate is not a term used in polygamy. You should know that. I am sure your uncle used that on your mom, so he kept her as his weekend mistress. 10 likes on that one, by the way.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ouch.
Again, true.
About to be 11.
Okay. Theaspis 12. Robin keeps the website running. A person buys and pays for a product. This person does not receive the product and sends an email wanting the product or a refund. Robin does not respond and does not refund the money. Isn't this a crime in the United States? It is a crime. Fraud. And then TS White right under tags at IRS News. Now, this has been, Adam, if you haven't been following their Instagram like I have every week religiously,
IRS News, wow.
Sprinkle throughout all the comments at IRS News, at IRS News. They're trying to get them caught.
Can I say, too, that I like that they accidentally messed up the capitalization and so stylized fraud, like it was kind of like an indie band logo or something? I kind of like that.
We get that a lot in these comments where you can see the people kind of starting out cool, calm, and collected, but as they're typing, they're becoming more and more enraged. So I kind of like
very relatable. It's very relatable to me.
Almost like Pass Long Die in the Snow. If you know, you know, Karen retrial. Okay.
Kody. Here we go. Skippy Brat writes, do you remember when he bought the property and he stripped down to his Speedo and run out into the pond in front of... Yes. and run out into the pond in front of all his wives and all his daughters. Then he started to flex his flabby muscles. Heck, he did not have abs then or pecs then. He had a flabby beer gut. So nasty. And then Grumpy Girl Scrap says, I try not to remember that. That was a nightmare. All of those women should have been embarrassed. It is truly. That's a good example, Adam, of what you were saying, how he uses the masculinity, because he was flexing during that.
Mm-hmm.
This must be what the person was responding to. Grumpy Girl Scrap says, do you know what abs are? It's wild, the lies people tell themselves to feel better. For you, I get it. Crappy father, crappy husband. But hey, look at my abs. It's okay to have a dad bod at 60. And lastly, the same person, Thespius12 says, Janelle is so beautiful. She deserves a better piece of me. I will never understand how you got a beautiful woman like her. We wanted to end on a positive note with Janelle here.
Yeah, because she's our girl.
Yeah.
We love her. I don't know if you love her too, Adam. We love Janelle
I do.
fans.
Yeah, I do.
Well, we're gonna get into our recap here. Surely you don't want to hang around for the next 2.5 hours, do you? And while we do this, so we'll let you go and live your life. But please pimp out everything about you that you want people to follow.
So you can listen to me anywhere you want to, where podcasts are available, Apple, Spotify, whatever. I recently joined Instagram, and as I like to call it to piss off my students, the TikTok. I always call it the TikTok because they hate it. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of Sister Wives deep dives. I've got a book club that I do with my wife, Dr. Amanda, every month on Patreon as well, where we do a lot of like Brown family or polygamist adjacent books and stuff like that. And some stuff that's just not related. All that's at patreon.com/the Sister Wives Professor. I recently covered Lula Rich and talked about neoliberalism and anti-feminism and stuff within the cultures of MLMs and cults and stuff like that. And that was really fun. Like I said, all that stuff's on Patreon, but yeah, I'm everywhere. And I want to reiterate, I'm a huge fan of both of you. You are so talented. This was so gracious of you to let me do this. So thank you so much. If you ever want to come on my podcast, go ahead. I will just bleep out all the curse words. And
Careful.
Yeah. If you're looking for terrible reviews, then yeah, please have us come on, but be warned. But honestly, you did so well. So thank you so much. We would love to come on your podcast. Anything you can think of for us that.
Sure.
And we can be clean. We can do.
I know you can, but should you have to? That's the question. Don't lock up something you want to see fly, as Chris Cornell once sang. So.
Is that the guy from Glee? My dad loves Glee. Well, anyway, let's not get on.
All right. Well, I'm leaving.
No.
I cannot believe you said that to me.
I was like Darren
Chris Kofer. Let's look. We've gotten off track. Adam, thank you so much. Everyone in the comments, say hi to Adam. Tell him how great he is. I kind of want to get onto his Patreon now and listen to all this.
I know. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye. Oh my God, amazing.
That's great.
Oh,
I feel smarter.
You what?
I feel smarter.
Oh, I thought
you what?
I thought you said I almost, and the F word that we're not allowed to say over here.
Fart?
Yeah.
No, I think they don't like the sound effect. People don't like when we do voices. But it's gonna happen. Okay, well, here we are. I'm going to shut the fuck up for a couple seconds and then let you lead us into a brand new episode.
Hey there, welcome back to part 2 of We Love to Hate Everything, Sister Wives edition. We're going to jump right in. For those of you who are watching or listening for the first time, check out part 1. We had on Dr. Adam from the Sister Wives Professor and hot topics and lots of fun news. But now we are going to get into the episode. We are season 19, episode 22.
I am going to have to. Oh God, I don't know. I'm still finding it because obviously I didn't set myself up beforehand, but I will need to pee. Can you talk to people in the comments for 30 seconds?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'd love to hear that everyone really does love Dr. Adam. He really is.
Amazing. Oh, he's great. No, he did really well. He said he was nervous, but like he did not sound nervous at all. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. And if you listen to his podcast, he does a couple different shows, like you said, Plath, Sister Wives. We'll have to check out his Patreon because there are ones that I want to go and listen to. So let me throw these up. Dr. Adam makes some really sharp observations about body language and such. Yes, that is big. He is big on body language, and he really does go, I don't want to say like after Robyn, because it's all very academic, but he does explain a lot of parts of like just the psychology of how she manipulates. Like, yes, we know she does, but like how she's doing it with each wife, which I think is really interesting.
And he talks about the never underestimate the power of body language.
Yeah, but like how like Robyn does it with each of the wives, like how it gets twisted each of the time. He was just talking because he's recapping season 3, or just finished, I think, season 3 on the regular feed. And he talks about the conversation between Christine and Robyn, like when Christine had to apologize to her and stuff. So anyway, he is great. He's awesome. Okay, so
I'm gonna get set up here. By the way, look at this dog right next to me. This is how Ace, the corgi, is sleeping right now.
Oh, that looks like Walter.
Well, it's not. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, I know I pee really fast, guys. I wait until it's ready. All right, we're at. Oh God, yeah. Did you read the description already?
I didn't actually. Can you?
Yeah, it's Love Covers All Wrongs, and we got this is episode 22. God, I just saw that. Love Covers All Wrongs. Christine is excited to spend her first monogamous Valentine's Day with David. Meri and Janelle meet at Coyote Pass to discuss strategy moving forward. Robyn and Kody discuss not being polygamous anymore for the 50th time this season.
Yep.
Great. All right. You all know the drill, right? I assume.
We know it. So we will give you timestamps, what is left in the episode, not where we're at, because that is Discovery Plus for you. Julia says, the corgi is adorable. I can't. The corgi is adorable. Okay,
I found it. We're at 41:18 left, or just the beginning of the theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got this. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a good time here. All right.
Yes.
Ready? I can't touch anything. I need a new mic and a new ring light, so I can't touch anything. So let me know if the sound is good. 3, 2, 1.
Recently, Meri and I have had some discussions about the property, Coyote Pass in Flagstaff.
Oh, I'm going to pause it right here. You know what we didn't talk about? How they accidentally dropped this on Tuesday.
Yeah. What do you think happened there?
So everyone figured out that it was specifically the random thing that we decided to get, which was Hulu with the Disney Plus and HBO Max add-on.
Okay.
Only that package had it.
That's
bizarre. We had it. And oh man, and then it was gone like the second time I tried to watch it. So someone did discover it.
You do like picture someone at the cable store being like plugging it in, like, oh, they're gonna be in trouble.
No, I'm not gonna act like I haven't accidentally posted something immediately when it was supposed to be scheduled for 3 weeks from now. But again, this is also our podcast that is just the two of us. This is literally like HBO Max.
I loved it though. I loved it. I was like, I was there.
And this episode is so good. Okay, here we
go. Yeah.
So Janelle just pulling up.
That I had a lawyer just because nothing's really happening. Kody definitely holds the upper hand. Like nothing can happen unless Kody wants to take action because his name is on all of the properties. I just worry that I'm going to be tied to this property forever. I'd like to get my money out of it. I would have sold it by now. But I have to wait. I'm waiting on him to decide he wants to get something moving. I've been talking to Janelle a little bit about the property. So we're both in Flagstaff, so we decided to meet up. Hi. How are you doing? Good. This is the best time of year to come out here, I think. Yeah.
Janelle hasn't spoken yet today. This is excuse me.
That's one of our favorite things on our TikTok. Or we'll do that too. We get on and we'll be like, good morning. Like, whoa.
I haven't spoken yet.
Yeah. Yikes.
And Meri's wearing a Worthy Up t-shirt. I gotta promote the biz. Somebody, by the way, on our, I think Patreon was like, just a little update. Worthy Up has lost one group in the Facebook, one member in the Facebook group.
We're down to 18?
Yeah, we're down to 18.
Wow. Okay. Being single digits in no time.
40 minutes left exactly.
It's just so beautiful. It really is. It really is. When I see this property, it's actually sad to me because I think we all had some big hopes and dreams. Just because the UV index just rips your skin off here. I mean, it seems so cool and nice. In 10 minutes, you're sunburned. Oh, yeah. Do you want to go up into the shade? Just so I do not want this.
It's so awkward.
It is always so, but Janelle just wants to get right down to business. Yeah, we're going to get sunburned. Let's get
We'll just go up in the shade and yeah.
By the way, guys, smash that like and stay afterward and leave comments afterward and share this.
Yes.
Share. Apparently that's the best for the algorithm. All right, I won't say that too many times. Okay, 39:36 left. This is such a good conversation.
I'm very confident that Janelle feels the same way. I don't know what Kody's end game is here. Is he trying to play a game with us so we just get so tired of it and we're like, we just dump it? It's like, fine, you have it.
Yes, that's what he's doing.
So Kody and Robyn are on the lot that goes like 20 or 30 yards into the trees. You and I and Kody are on this 4-acre piece. This one? Mm-hmm. My name's only on one piece. Your name on 2 pieces? Yeah.
The only thing that really bugs me about Meri in this conversation, because she is kind of worrying up a little bit here. Okay. Sure. She's wearing the shirt to remind her. However, it is very clear to me that Janelle isn't just doing expository, filling in the gaps for us. I feel like she is filling in the gaps for Meri here. And then Meri, like Janelle's like right here. This is the 4, and she's like right here. She's like, Then later Janelle goes to like reiterate something, and then Meri's like, well, yeah, and then my name is on this one too. Yeah, she told you that. She's not.
I think Meri's coming in with a little bit of a wall. Yes. But as the conversation goes, as Dr. Adam was saying, they do kind of, I think they do realize halfway through this conversation, no, we're on the same team. Yep. It's just really lovely to see. Yeah. All right, 39:09 left.
Sell the 2-acre piece he and Robyn on and the 5 acres. But he couldn't sell the 4-acre or the 2-acre he's on with me without my permission. Yeah, and I'm on one of them with you. This 4-acre piece, yeah. I would really like to make sure that this is done fair, because you definitely are in the worst position as far as if he forces the sale.
Yeah.
Because we're all 3 on the 4-acre piece, and that's all you're on. So when we bought the property,
Janelle's like, I can't reiterate this enough, Meri. You're fucked right now.
Yeah. And I told you this like a year ago.
Yeah,
and
on camera.
You ran to Kody and Robyn. So do you want to
over?
Yeah. Do you want to review that again and see where?
Would you like a chart? Should I have brought a chart? Do you want to throw up this image of the fucking layout again?
Exactly. This is where Meri should have said she was sorry, by the way. This is where Meri should have said, like, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you the first time and we should have nipped it in the bud then. I'm so sorry.
My car door wouldn't have even closed behind me before I was like, I am so sorry about that. But a different person than Meri.
Mm-hmm.
38:40 left.
Title what seemed like arbitrarily. I hired a lawyer because Kody was ignoring me, and I wanted to explore options for bringing a little bit of pressure for him to perform the simple, most basic human decent thing, which is
another thing really quickly to say, and I wanted to ask this to Adam too, but do we think this scene, we know that these talking heads are after Garrison's passed, because Janelle is fucking over it in these talking heads.
Mm-hmm.
This Coyote Pass conversation after the passing, what do we think?
Was this after?
Because it seems almost like they've come to this as like, look, clean slate, shit just happened. Like, it seems like there's almost a bit of a calm.
And if Kody's being cagey, it might be because they do maybe have a buyer.
Okay. Jean says these scenes are May 2024. So that's soon.
Okay. Right after. Yeah.
That
I mean, that makes
a lot of
sense.
sense then, that they're both like, look, you know what? Let's just cut the bullshit.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't
By the way,
wanna
did
be
you
here
see that
anymore.
next week is Garrison's passing?
No.
Well, it is.
Okay.
Who's our guest next week? I think it's Brianna. I think it's Anya Dunkel Gillert, Brianna. So
Yes.
have fun making the cover for that one. 3826.
Names on all the titles. Part of me just wants to walk away because it's just so irritating. Yeah. But I have to stick it out and see
away from this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
No, I'm gonna fight for some of this.
All right, well, good. I feel so bad, Meri. I feel like you were especially taken for a ride. You know what I mean? For sure.
I need to get my name on whatever pieces of property is fair, and then we need to sell it. I have an attorney. I just don't want to have to use them.
There's all these things I'm like, wow, I should have been smarter about
Well,
that.
you don't think?
Or when we all signed the papers, like when he assigned who was on each piece, I should have been a little speaking up for
questioned him.
myself.
I questioned him on that, and I got in trouble for questioning.
Yeah,
Like there was a couple of people in the family that were not happy with me for questioning. Like, why is it?
Who are those people in the family?
I think she's dissing Christine there, but I don't think Christine did that.
No, I don't think she's dissing Christine. I think she means Kody and Robyn.
Well, why does she just say it? This is where I'm like, you're not worthing up.
Because he's still
You're not
got a
worthing
hold
up.
on her.
Well, then I don't know why she's there then. Like,
She's mad though. She's mad. All right.
she's not, yeah, she's not at the place where she's okay if Kody is not nice to her. Like,
yeah.
That's how it shows me she's not over Kody. Like,
Also, I think she's been so conditioned to not say Robyn's name out loud that that's probably more what that was. Is that she just so not saying Robyn's name? It's just some people in the family. That's probably more what that was.
Right.
37-38 left.
Something, he would do this thing like, well, you're not being a team player. Like he'd make you feel bad for bringing up a question. Do you know what I mean? And then he'd get other people on board. But, you know, to keep the peace, I sort of just was like, whatever. Because I said when I gave him the money for the house, I said, why don't you put our names on that title? Well, Robyn needs her estate. I'm so dumb. We trusted.
We could say that we were naive or that we trusted, but it's because we all worked together and we did it for the family. And that was.
I feel like in this conversation, they're almost answering questions that the audience has had forever, like about the house. And that I think was a really mature and eloquent-ish way of Meri addressing, yeah, we were stupid, but like we were a family who trusted each other for so long. So like, why wouldn't we trust him?
Why would we do it? Yeah, totally different than we have been doing it when it was just the three wives.
Yeah, and I like that because Meri saying you can say like, yeah, we were stupid, but we don't have to beat ourselves up about it. I kind of
I mean, but the other thing is they were leaving Vegas, they were going to Flagstaff. Things were broken apart at that point.
And that's where we are in our Patreon right now, by the way. We just did the chart
like
episode, so it's interesting.
I would disagree with Janelle though, like putting her name. Well, I guess she could put her name on the title, but not the mortgage. Okay. I was thinking that would be not wise of her to have all their names on the mortgage, because then if they defaulted, they would be responsible for it. But if they
Janelle's about
their
to
name on
the bankruptcies right now. Oh God, I died when she said that too. So here we go. 3706 left.
It was weird.
For like 25 years, whoever was able to take the credit took the credit. I had to pay off a lot of debt that I used to support the family. Yeah.
The only thing I would have added, if you could have like had me add one thing to this, is if somebody had just said Victoria's Secret credit card.
Yes,
that
would be great. Even without Victoria's Secret, just saying Robyn's
debt.
Or just Robyn's debt.
All of Robyn's debt was paid off by me when she came into the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we know, I think Janelle also knows, like, they know.
We know.
The audience knows what I'm talking about.
When the years were really, really tight in Lehigh, we set it up. Team players. We set it up in the very beginning. From the very first day, it felt like we just were putting our money in and we were all contributing.
But we always knew that we had each other's backs too.
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to do it then.
Yeah.
And now, honestly, Janelle, I wonder, because some of the things that he's saying.
No, I know.
He never loved us and he never wanted to marry us and he felt forced to marry us. It's like, okay,
no,
all right.
Do you believe it? I don't.
No, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But
That I thought was one of the kindest things Janelle could have said. I'm not going to start crying. That was so kind because you know that that's been eating Meri up for years that he says shit like that. And Janelle just says, no, I don't believe it.
Yeah. And then she was the first one. And like, you know, like to be like, oh, I shouldn't have married her. Yeah, he was awful.
He was really abusive.
God.
So I thought that was just really nice of Janelle. And Janelle, I think, doesn't believe it. And just to have this very strong statement from Janelle is just, it's not true, Meri. So you don't need to think that anymore.
Yeah. And she's about to like, I think this is here where she talks about like, yeah, he's failed and he just doesn't want to admit it.
Oh, she loved saying it too. Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that we know that this was 2 months after Garrison's passing, because that really does inform a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
Always been so wishy-washy back and forth. I think it's just like his ego can't handle the fact that he's failed miserably at this, or he's on the love of his life.
Miserably.
I've had so many friends. It's great. I'm glad that he has. Kody has said, well, all of a sudden I met Robyn and she's this diesel jeans model and she's everything I want. And I'm thinking, that's rich, dude. We went through all the starving years when I was holding my bra together with diaper pins and we were broke as broke. And we went through all your crazy, let's move here, let's move there. We've been through all of this with you. And she's not meant to. So that's great. You just take your little diesel jeans model and just go live happily ever after.
Can we all take a moment to just...
Take your little diesel jeans model.
The little diesel jeans is just so much bitchier to say it that way. Take your little diesel jeans model.
Yeah, and she's not that cute, babe. She wasn't that cute then. Definitely not that cute now. They have all had such a glow up.
What she said it at the beginning of that sentence and at the end of the sentence, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. And then it's also just the fact that they're aware of that stupid fucking interview. Did you know that Kody did? Like, that is just even funnier to me, is they know about that, where Cody's like, you can cut that in post, right? And they're like, this is live.
Yeah, not doing that.
Live happening right now.
And just like the anger, like, yeah, we were holding up our bra straps with pins.
I believe it too.
And it's like, I can't understand why they would all want to do like the community pot, especially when they didn't really have much. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it is very easy to be like, let's all do this together because it's better all together. But Robyn never even did the community pot. Hers was always separate. It's like, oh, well, Robyn had to get the first rental. Robyn had to get in the house first.
Well, it wasn't so much that Robyn wasn't in the community pot. It's that she didn't contribute to the pot. She was just taking from the pot.
It was just given to her. Yeah. Like, she never even had to like dip in. It was just like there. Like the other three were still dipping into the pot, but now it was the pot minus Kody and Robyn's non-contribution.
Someone up there said this is just Janelle's been bottling this all in for years, and yeah, that's like the best way to say
great.
That.
She said diesel jeans.
Please
let that come up at the reunion. Please.
35-48. All right, when Salt Lake City, get ready because Mykelti is about to join us on the screen.
I love the Aspyn. If anyone besides Aspyn or Isabel tried to do that, I'd be like, what a bitch. But the Aspyn just like goes to shut the door on Mykelti's face.
Like on purpose? I missed it. But I wonder how long.
Yeah, she goes, yeah. And she's like, hey. She tries to shut it on her face.
I wonder how long, because Aspyn arrives in this scene already annoyed with Mykelti. She's over it. So, like, how much time have they spent together? You think?
Yeah, they got the coffees. That's why she's like, God, here we go. Okay, let's watch it.
The last 30 minutes with this girl. All right, here we are. 35-32 left.
Oh, welcome, baby.
Oh, God, this is a lot.
What did you do? When did you get those? Extensions. Whoa, I love them. Are they for Valentine's Day? She has these glitter strands in her hair. It's adorable. That looks cute. I like it. Do that for Valentine's Day. So what are you going to do for Valentine's Day besides have amazing hair? I really like it. I'm going to work. Oh, sex. What'd you say?
Mykelti goes, she's going to have sex. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jody, for the visual.
Yeah. The look from Aspyn and Christine staring at Mykelti, she says, she's going to have sex. Yeah, like
We all know the look too. It's like it's that family member. I'm probably that family member too, where everyone's like, "Can you just not right now?"
yeah, she's been married for like 10 years. She's gonna have sex. This is not. I just don't even know what to say. It really is just irritating. She's gross and irritating. Thank you, Dawn. Mykelti is gross and
she's found a
irritating.
perfect match with Tony. Did anybody have a tampon? Naked men are more awkward. Tampon.
Yeah. I need a tampon. Ha ha.
Ha ha! Meet me at my level. I'm challenging you.
How old are we? Jesus.
It's just all right. 3502.
What did you say?
Obviously nothing.
That's not true.
I'm tear on my shoes.
Okay.
I already need a break from Mykelti.
I already need a break from Mykelti,
What
she
have you
says.
done already? I'm gonna go get True, and I'll bring her down.
Okay.
That was for all of us. Aspyn's like, I'm not like her, you guys. That was for the audience.
We're
You
all
guys know that I don't like this.
y'all are annoyed with her. I have to be in person with her. She's my full sister.
Mhm.
So
Always been a romantic. Always wanted a romantic Valentine's Day. As a polygamist, it's not really a polygamist holiday. Just saying, it's just not. I definitely think it would be more difficult as a husband who has multiple wives to be like, which one should I take out on a date tonight?
You know, if he's going to do something for somebody, he's got to do something for someone else too. It's just a complicated holiday.
Really, Robyn?
Family, Valentine's Day is always a little hard to navigate, right? And so we ended up usually doing a big party. Most plural families I knew did just a big party that involved all the kids or the adults or whatever.
For Valentine's Day, what if we basically attack Cody's car and decorate it?
You know,
oh, this is that episode where Robyn gets her acting ability. Cody.
Yeah, where she goes, what if we got his car and we decorated it? I'm so bad.
She's just
And
so
then what did she say? She's like,
performative.
Cody, something's broken on your car, Cody.
No, it's like there's
No,
a
Tom.
because she needs to take his car somewhere. Isn't that what it is? They have to get his car
Yeah.
away from him.
Yeah, there's something outside, and he obviously knows because Robyn.
Yeah, she's not a good actress.
She kind of did a Brianna face there, like Brianna last week when she had that weird. She's like, you should decorate his car. That's like not a thing. It's not a locker in high school where you decorate someone's locker.
Also, this has to be Robyn's idea because if this had been anyone else's idea, he would have been pissed that they would dare
touching his sports car.
3403.
I think that might be good because it's kind of like a big card, sort of.
Janelle in these scenes from 10 years ago looks the exact same age.
Yeah, I agree. They've all like stayed the same or reverse aged, except Robyn.
Not Robyn though, of course.
And you can see Janelle here. She's like, yeah, that's cool. Let's decorate the car. It's like a big card or something.
Valentine's Day is stupid anyway.
Let's go spend all this money on markers that we can use once in streamers. It sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So Valentine's Day, you guys want to come home and pick out outfits? My girls have been helping me pick out outfits for years. I do the same thing for them. We usually do it by phone, but if they're going to be around, I'll put on a fashion show for them. Thanks for coming, by the way.
That sounds exhausting.
Not clothes. Not great at shopping. I'm going to go get the options. Most of the time, I go shopping.
I feel like maybe like Truly doesn't need to be here. She so very clearly has no interest in this. Like read your audience here, Christine.
I think it was like, okay, Truly, come out for a couple minutes and then go back in.
Yeah, everyone
and
wants
maybe
to.
She's just gonna like earn her paycheck. Like maybe she is helping Truly save up for shit. You know?
I hope so. Yeah. Truly's funny in this too, because Truly's like, oh my God. She's like, I have to live here with them. So
I feel badly for her too.
For clothes, I just buy them and try them on once I get home. For the girls.
Why are you not wearing them? No, stop. Why are you not wearing them? We want to see them on you.
Well, okay, but
those are business.
I like to do. Or that.
Do you have anything sexier?
I do have something sexier, but I'm not going to put it on now.
Please don't.
Well, she's not asking you to like put on lingerie. Like, don't even say that. Like, I feel like Christine saying that was weird.
I love Truly.
If you have anything sexier, and she's like,
don't.
Yeah, but I'm not going to show you. Like, clearly she's talking about dresses. She's not saying like, hey, can you put on that, I don't know, lingerie. I don't know. What is lingerie? Bustier?
I'm also annoyed that Mykelti thinks that she's being funny for the audience here. Like by being like mean to her mom. By being like rude. She thinks that like this is really.
She's like a middle schooler. This is like what she thinks is funny.
3303.
Thanks. Truly, there's tasteful sexy. Mom can be tastefully sexy.
You don't know what you're talking about, Mykelti.
Mom is nothing but a person.
Truly's like, once again, I live here with the two of them.
Yeah, tell me more about Mom and David and Mykelti.
Yeah. Like you
and Mykelti, you don't know what's sexy. Look at your
husband. God, yeah, right.
Obviously, you think he is sexy. So I don't want advice from you on anything.
That's the only person she's been with, Jody. I can't imagine. Maybe that's for the best. That works in Tony's favor, I will say.
We've seen Mykelti's taste in things. Her wedding, what was it? Burgundy, yellow, turquoise, silver, and gold.
There's teal. Yeah, teal was one of the colors.
Teal, yeah. Say no more.
3250 left.
Dress person.
This one with the shaper.
Are you wearing a shaper right now?
No,
Don't
Mom
wear a
has
shaper.
shaper.
Don't wear a shaper.
No, you
And wait, what will be more comfortable?
as I'm putting on the dress, I'm kind of like, okay, a little bit more snug than I remember.
She's got to show off that tattoo, Jody.
Yeah, she does. That's why she, yep.
I mean, I get it. You got the tattoo. This is one of like the most outrageous things.
I want you to wear something so we can see our matching tattoos, our Celtic tattoos.
Jody, I've been a loyal
New beginnings.
I've been a loyal listener for 2 years, and this might be a deal breaker for me. I might have to unsubscribe.
Oh,
I've been listening for years.
Do you want me to just re-edit this whole podcast and send it just to you?
Just jump off.
That'd be okay. Okay.
Okay. 3235.
But it's fine.
Wear what you want to wear.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That's my favorite answer. Belt?
No belt. No. Take the
Agree.
belt off.
No belt. Okay, didn't need to see
I
that.
would put the belt.
It's not your wedding all over you. We don't need to see that again.
You cannot live down a lap dance at your own wedding. Why in the world did I do that?
Well,
but he shows
yeah,
that clip to
she's
everybody.
drunk.
He's like, "You want to see my wedding day?" I'm like, "David,
Shots is why.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm like, "Thank you, love."
Okay, I'm going to my room. No, it's fine.
Wait.
Wait.
Truly precious angel baby. I'll behave myself.
God, Christine is a lot.
Julie has to live with newlyweds. She just does, and it's not her favorite thing.
Ew. I hate that Christine is aware of it and thinks it's like funny. Yeah, we
Listen, I said this way back, way back, years and years and years, that Christine is the freakiest in bed and she is the loudest, and I maintain that. She's not keeping things quiet for Truly. She's like, I am myself. I'm living my life, and she and David had lots of sex.
I think she should, though.
With Truly in the house?
I think she should keep it quiet.
Yes.
Maybe be, what's the word? Respectful of your kids? Especially when the synonymous life changes happen.
She's loud, especially David's back went out the day of the wedding. Remember? He went down that slide.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So imagine her, the kind of shit she's trying to pull in there, and he's got a bad back.
Oh, sorry for anyone who thought I was saying I think that she should be loud and proud. That's not what I meant. I mean, I think she should be.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Respectful of her children and other people around. Yes. We're back in Flagstaff. We're at 3132. Robyn and Kody are about to tell us a funny story about how they're scared of their own child, but then I'll fat shame her.
Better hurry. She can be mad at us.
So fucking, I don't think I've ever, I guess I probably did receive Valentine's Day presents from my parents, but it would be like chocolate. Here's
exactly like a candy bar or something like that. Right. Yeah.
Vanity.
A $200 vanity. Right.
When you're at a point like that, though, how do you top yourself each year? It's not even exciting to receive presents for any of these kids anymore.
You can't. You have to keep providing more and more and more, and that's what they're having to do.
Yeah. 3132.
so I'm working on the tax returns. I actually have a lot of like the property contracts and stuff that we signed where we all signed off.
I've got most everything. I'll get it sent off to the lawyer next week.
Okay. Yeah. So
my stomach is kind of in knots about doing
I
this.
know. It feels like, why the hell do I have to do this?
It's so wrong that we have to do this.
But
Janelle, I am so mad. Like it makes
Thank
me
you.
sick thinking that I have to bring a lawyer
Finally.
into this.
Yeah.
But my communication is falling on deaf ears. I'm afraid of the wrath that we're gonna get.
But Meri, he says so much stuff about us publicly. What else is he gonna say?
And that's the same thing Jen says. She says, Meri, he brought it on himself. You warned him. You told him in the email, hey, let's do this, or I'm going to have to get some lawyers involved.
Yeah.
And he's ignored you this whole time.
Yeah.
He hasn't even had the decency to have a conversation about it. Him and Robyn and I and Janelle, if we could just have a conversation and just be like, this is fair. We put this money in to the family that was supposed to be for the family. And now it's fair that we get this. Kody and Robyn don't just get to benefit from things that I contributed to.
It's interesting to watch Meri in like real time discover all of this that we've been telling her for. It must be exhausting to be Jen, by the way.
Oh God,
Because
I
that
was
is
going to
Meri's full
ask
support.
Dr. Adam about that. Like, what does he think about their friendship?
I could have talked to him for another like 2 hours and just be like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What's the educated way? What's the educated approach to about this?"
Yeah, just I'm so mad and all. Like, it's about time. It is about time.
Yeah, but
Now
again,
be angry and stay angry.
Like, good. We're happy you've met us here finally.
Yeah, and listen, we don't want anyone to like be angry their whole life. That's no way to live. But you have to be angry so that you can take action and get shit done.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise,
necessary.
you're just a punching bag sometimes. If you're just allowing this man to abuse you.
It's better be angry than sad in this situation. Be angry. Because you'll be productive.
Want. And guess what, babe? They ended up getting it split 4 ways.
Yeah.
So
there
you go. 30:04 is left.
They don't get to keep it all.
They keep complaining about something they gave to the family. Everybody did that. Robyn's money from her house paid family debts.
How do you figure?
Yeah, let's stop there.
I don't really understand what he means by that.
So Robyn's house, I'm assuming Robyn's house in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas. Well, yeah, but then it went
to pay family debts. But let's talk about like before that, for Robyn to get the house in Vegas, she had to pay off her loans, consolidate. We saw her like go to the debt consolidation place. So what? Like she wouldn't have gotten that house. And the family debt is the family.
And what Marcia says here, Robyn's debt. A lot of the debt is from Robyn that they're still trying to get on top of, which they'll never get on top of. I don't think they'll ever get on top of it. There's no way they'll ever get it.
But to Kody's point, well, she paid off family debt. That's what they're saying. Like everyone put in, everyone should be able to like take out, like it. They also put into it. They also paid off family debts.
That's what he wants. That's what he
so
wants.
If you guys want to be able to take out that, they also want to be like Kody's just arguing. He can't. He literally can't win because his arguments. He lost them before they even started. Does that make sense? Like he's just
his two arguments contradict each other.
Yeah.
We're at 29:52.
You get in this space with family and you're working together and everybody's making sacrifices. And it was tight. Somebody paid this and somebody paid that. We're all working together.
And then
you decide to break up. Well, you guys are all leaving. So what you want me to take Robyn, what Robyn has and take from that? I mean, the only assets I have are what were Robyn's assets. They keep complaining about fairness when it's me and Robyn who have dropped so much more money on Coyote Pass. I paid $160,000 more than anybody else paid for Coyote Pass.
Okay, so I was listening to a little bit of Ace and Caitlin this morning, and Ace said that that is if you split the exact amount for Coyote Pass 5 ways. So what Kody's really
saying, I was going to say, I'm like, he paid his portion.
Yeah, you paid your portion.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear that, but that's exactly what I assumed. I'm like, Yeah, okay, well, because it's divided 5 ways. So
Right.
you would pay your portion, Robyn would pay hers, they would pay theirs.
That's literally what his argument is there, which is
Yeah,
also
and-
contradictory of him and Robyn working as one. That she should
Yeah, and I forgot who said up in the comments, I'm sorry, I know I posted it back then, but like that could also count for the portion that Christine like gifted Kody, basically.
There was also
so either way, and this is the whole point though, like everyone was putting money in.
Yeah. Yep.
So that is the point, Kody. Everyone was putting in. So just like you want what you, again, he cannot see past himself.
No, it's
such an idiot.
But I'm glad that I heard Ace say that, because otherwise I would be like trying to be like, where would that have gone? So I'm glad.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, my stomach is
No, because there's this unknown
so
factor.
nuts about this.
There's nothing he can do. Not really.
I don't know why that chokes me up every time so much. It's just the calm in which she says that, because I think that sometimes is what you need to hear from someone when you're so worried and stressed out. It's no, there's nothing you can do. Like,
yeah, I think what Meri is worried about here is what else is Kody going to say about me? Because Kody does know where her skeletons are.
Of course.
He's known her basically her whole life.
Yeah.
So he does know things, and he could say things to hurt her, either hurt her feelings, hurt her reputation. That's what she's afraid of. Janelle, whether she has that or not, she doesn't care, because she's like, well, I mean,
it's
look at
words.
his reputation now. It couldn't get worse.
It's just
who cares
Cody's
what he
words.
says about you.
Mhm.
But again, you have to get to that point. We all know that. I mean, anyone who's been in any relationship ever and broken up, you have to get to the point where you just don't fucking care what they think about you
at all.
Don't
they can
care.
say whatever they want. It is like not my business.
Yeah, exactly.
2905.
I don't think
I don't even know why I care, though. That's what's frustrating about it.
he was a lot of your identity, right?
This is so kind too.
Yes.
She's like just fully validating her. Because I think Meri has lived her whole life of being like, no, I'm stupid. No, that's just dumb for me to think that. And Janelle's like, no. You're allowed to live in that emotion.
Yeah. Janelle is very, actually, I always think Kate and Tyler from Teen Mom are the same way. They're very emotionally aware. They may not always be correct at the time, but they are very in touch with their feelings. They know how to talk about them. And Janelle has just finally woken up to like, no, okay. Now, whether she got that from like therapy or self-help books or something, don't know, don't care. Maybe from her mom, Grandma Cheryl. But Janelle's got it right here. Janelle's got like the right frame of mind. Christine was like almost there. And then she met David and went like a little la la land. But she's coming back down a little bit.
And I'm glad Christine isn't in this conversation with them, because that would be an energy that is not welcome right now. Although, again, Garrison did just pass. So I think Christine probably would. But this is exactly what we need. And Nancy had these two sit on a tiny couch together and reenact
basically on each other's laps.
Yeah. Awkward.
Yeah.
And they both want to die when it's happening. And now it's like we finally got to this.
And wasn't their assignment like just take a 20-minute drive together? And they were both like,
and listen to a podcast, not even talk. Listen.
That's what it was. Listen to
we
something.
make it so that we can go, hi, if we're both taking out our garbage together. That's a progress right there.
I mean, no one's happier than Nancy watching this conversation right now.
She's closing their huge binder finally.
Yeah, somewhere she's closing a binder and just staring at that dream catcher.
Yeah.
I don't know if she actually has one in her office, but she has one somewhere.
I think her office looks the exact same. Nothing has changed. 2856.
From those early 20s on.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But I really, really, really just believed that he still would be cool about this.
If he was truly the gentleman and all the things he used to preach to our boys, he would be fair here.
I haven't communicated anything with him, not because I'm trying to hold anything back. I don't know what to do. I want to sell Coyote Pass, but I don't think Robyn's in the space where she wants to sell it.
Well, too bad.
Too bad, babe. Yeah. Well, guess what? A lot of us have to move. Robyn, you moved when you got a divorce. So Kody got a divorce. These ladies got a divorce. So time to go. Time to sell. That's what happens.
I think Janelle and Meri need to be smart, and I hope that they split up 14 acres 4 ways. But I know Kody. Financial stuff with him sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm not trying to rip you off, Meri. No matter what Janelle says about me ripping you off, that's all imagined in Janelle's head because Janelle feels
Don't
like
protest too much, Cody.
Yeah, right?
Something.
So I deserve something, even though he's been preaching since season 1 that if anyone wants to leave, then go take what you have and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Also, have you never heard of it before?
He's scared. He's scared.
And I wonder if I bet that talking head is pre-Garrison, or maybe it isn't. Cody's so like outrageous that I would like to think that he would be more calm, and
I think the whole Garrison thing may have sadly emboldened him.
Possibly,
it may have it may have humbled him or slowed him down for a period of time, but it will embolden him.
I think that's one good thing about us being so far away from the real timeline is if they were really caught up and they had posted this Garrison episode August 2024, we all would have like rebelled. But at least like now it's like I can watch this now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. 2755.
There we go.
I don't even know what it looks like.
He's camping up the stairs too.
Yeah. I forget which podcast it was that says this, but like Robyn's about to say like, oh, this finally arrived in the mail. And it's like, no, this was just like down. I think they were like, we need a Valentine's Day present. Let's go down to the pile of
to the gift center.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like my mom has a pile of shit in her crawl space of like gift bags and shit that she buys on sale in case you need a present.
Oh yeah, my mom does too. I named it the gift center in her basement.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm like, I did exactly how I would have explained it to Robyn. So now all the stuff you get on sale at TJ Maxx and Home Goods that none of us want, you can put it here, and then when someone needs a gift, you come down to the gift center and look at all these bags we've saved all through Christmas the last 11 years. You put it right in there.
But we're also going to use it for something. What a concept. There's that fucking deer painting. It's so bad. Then this, I feel like they have cleaned up for the cameras, yet there's no amount of cleaning you can do to make this place not look cluttered. Also, this desk and chair, like their little home office here, this is an insane place for this to go. It's because I bet their house is so cluttered that an extra room that maybe you'd put an office in.
Yeah.
No, we'll put it against the staircase in the main living room.
Outrageous. There's no other place for it in that huge
It has to be right here. 2747 left.
I look pretty cute to me.
It looked pretty cute to you?
Yeah, it did.
It's Valentine's Day.
Such bad actors. They're so unnatural on camera.
So we got Ariel a vanity. We're going to build that for her.
Whoa, there's a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of styrofoam.
Okay, so we're about to embark on the other moment in this episode where I once again am realizing how much the new producers are on our side, because they're about to, without even telling us, throw massive shade at Robyn about this beautiful assistant thing. They're going to let her say it, and then they're going to be like, let's just slip in a clip of someone else saying this and showing that Robyn copies it.
Because, Robyn thinks that, she's the only one that he does this with, but it's her.
I'm showing the picture of, thanks. John is here. My co-host for Pod in the City. Joan, everyone, my cat is like losing her mind right now. Come join us over at Pod in the City. And just like that is starting at the end of May. So we're about to go fucking viral. Jody, can you tell me about this cover that you made? Where did you?
Sure. So when Christine did her little strip tease, I was like, what are we going to do here? And I was like, you know what? She deserves to be Dita Von Teese for this week. So this is Dita's champagne glass.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's doing a little burlesque. And then we have Kody on the side. Just a little magician and his beautiful
Who is that though? Whose body is that?
A random magician stock photo. But I mean, the six-pack abs.
Oh, I thought it was his body. I'm like, has he ever done this?
I actually think this looks slimmer than Kody.
Oh, well, for sure. He also made his head a little bit too big, which I love.
I
And
did.
Robyn's in the background, just pissed off, just
With her jaw. Mhm.
Oh, jaw.
This is Cody's head from this episode, though, as we're going to see when he bends down here. Those are his curly tendrils.
By the way, I really quick, I had this in our things here. I was watching a clip on TikTok of the Kelly Clarkson show with Mae Martin on it, okay?
Oh,
and
okay.
he's walking up to meet another guest, and she's like so excited to meet her. And all you see of the guest is the back of her head. Do I have it here? Yes, here it is. And I swear to God, I thought this was Robyn. Does that not look like it's a profile of Robyn?
Oh, yeah, I could kind of see that.
It's actually Idina Menzel, which is hilarious because she famously has an enormous jaw too. Difference there. She's very talented.
Wait, is that the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem?
Sorry, yes, I should have called her by her given name.
Okay, now I got it. Okay.
Is to put on makeup.
Okay, 2731.
Constantly make sure she's not walking out the door to school with makeup on.
Thank you, Jody.
Or start seeing some directions.
Oh my God. I mean, it's really. Doesn't he watch these back though? At least when you know you're going to be leaning over, throw your hair back into one of your man buns.
I mean, that is really bad. That is two distinct patches.
The trees.
Oh, it's just so gross. Also, I wanted to note the Valentine's Day throw pillows on the couch.
Oh my God. Yeah, just she decorates her house for every season. There's always
I love throw pillows. I have like a throw pillow thing. However, you get throw pillow covers to go over, and then you can just switch them out whenever you want.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. But Robyn, no. Okay. Here we go. Vanity.
If we don't hustle.
She's always goes into the bathroom, makes a big mess. And so I'm like, well, if she's got a little vanity, she can sit down, she can primp and feel special, and the lights are around. I just thought it would be kind of fun for her.
We might have 45 minutes before Ari's home.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you're about to build.
Hurry up!
Put in 45 minutes though. That's not
okay. I have built 2 vanities in my life for Paige. The first one, I was like, I will never fucking do this again because it was a nightmare, especially if there's like lights in the drawers. I have built a lot of shit.
And it was,
yeah.
Oh, Dave didn't help you. That's surprising.
Really? No, I built that. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Well, when we moved and they put it back in the room, like it's this cheap white material, right? Like the basically just like fiberboard or whatever, MDF, and it like cracked, so had to like replace it with a new one, and it was still equally awful. Like legit, you need probably 3 hours to put one of these things together.
45 minutes? Are you kidding? Also,
like, what else are you doing the rest of the day that you couldn't have started sooner or like last night?
Online shopping.
She probably paid more for shipping.
Yeah.
To get it.
Oh no, I think Ace said that he looked this up and it was $50 for shipping.
Oh, I believe it. Like I really had to search for like a reasonable vanity. And this isn't it probably is around $200 for that. Whatever. Anyway.
That she absolutely doesn't need.
A chocolate bar. Get her a
Valentine's Day. That's a holiday literally
for lovers.
Sweethearts.
Yeah.
Not for your kids. I mean, okay, it's 2708.
Time limit.
It's a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Put together.
God, I'm just going to have fun here because you're being forced to be my lovely assistant.
Cody likes a beautiful assistant,
yeah, you stole that from Christine and Janelle.
And you have the beautiful assistant moving things. He likes to have someone helping him when he's working on something, and it drives me bananas.
I feel like I'm just watching, but I can be your beautiful assistant.
You are going to be my beautiful assistant.
That's a joke, Savannah. We always make about your dad. He always needs a beautiful assistant when he does something, right?
So just the way they troll Robyn there, they're like, hey, Robyn, tell us about this beautiful assistant thing. And then she just like says it as if it's her own
And
thing.
actually, Robyn said lovely assistant. Janelle and Christine said beautiful.
Well, Cody said beautiful. God, they've never had an original thought ever.
Also, Robyn thinks this is just a game that she and Cody play. Yeah, that like she thinks he's so pretty. Also, how fucking annoying. Come help me, which means sit there, and then if you do something wrong, I'm gonna be like, no. And if something goes wrong, then I can just blame it on you. That's why
Don't
he
look at
wants
the
to have his
instructions. I got
lovely
this. I
sister.
can figure it out.
Yeah. To make him feel like a man, and he has someone to blame if he fucks it up.
Don't even really do much.
I can't get over his hair in the scene, by the way.
It really is gross.
It's your project. I ought to be able to have an assistant, right?
Yeah, all right.
Robyn hates being my assistant.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
So,
There we go.
did you get reservations for tonight?
I am Mr. Valentine's Day, aren't I? I'm kind of making up for other years when I've struck out.
All right, Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Robyn likes to refer to me as Babe Ruth. I'm either going to hit it out of the park or strike out.
Okay, hold on, pause. Hey, Robyn,
Lanny,
name what team Babe Ruth was on.
I was just gonna say, name the team. I believe it's Yankees. Is that right?
Name what's it called when you score in baseball, Robyn? Oh,
Well,
okay,
you know that,
Babe
though?
Ruth. Okay,
We don't know
Ruth.
this stuff either. Although we don't use baseball references, though.
No, well, that I would know, but this is just so stupid, and I don't like that. So, did you make reservations?
Because they have to get onto the script now.
But like, why do they have to do this big fancy dinner? Like, you could tell they like to go out to nice dinners. That is their thing.
Well, it's
You can
all
tell
about
Kody
status.
saying yes. He likes to go to a very nice restaurant, so they think he's big and important because he's going to go to an expensive restaurant. And he probably puts like ketchup on his steak or something disgusting.
Oh, well.
Yep.
and the perfect experience. And other times, I'm completely dropping the ball. You know why I struck out in other years?
Why?
Because I was always in the mindset that Valentine's Day was just about our kids and a gathering of the family.
For Valentine's Day in a plural family, it's a really complicated holiday.
Here, Janelle, this one.
I can't believe they're re-explaining this to us. They've been doing this every season.
And this is for you.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, he gave me a bouquet like it is an arm's distance, and we didn't really even touch. It was just this, and he's like, Happy Valentine's Day. I'm like, okay.
I agree that when another wife is watching, it's just bad form. It's a challenge.
Not all plural families don't show affection. This was something.
Name another plural family that you know, though. And you also didn't really grow up in polygamy because you were the side piece.
Yeah. And pretty sure Kody went home with you every Valentine's Day. So
also, do you know other polygamous families or don't you? Because last episode you said that you didn't know that you weren't supposed to say soulmates. So again,
right.
Can't be both.
She really has age for it.
A family to not show affection in front of each other, and I always saw it as a mistake.
Here, Meri.
I think it made Kody feel alone, and I think it made each of us wives feel kind of alone.
So thank you, Wendy. So the same thing. Sorry. Yeah. Wendy says, then don't celebrate it. Yeah, exactly. It is a Hallmark holiday. It's not as if it is Thanksgiving or, well, even those are like, I mean, you don't have to celebrate them, but Valentine's Day is, everyone knows, it's just like, okay, you get a card. It's something you have to do.
Right. So just
don't do it.
Some shit you picked up at CVS on the way home that SNL skit. 2446.
Setting. There's a connection there. They can go up and he'll put his hand on the small of her back or touch her hand, or she'll reach out and
what they're doing here is showing examples of Kody being affectionate to the other wives, and it's all from the same fucking episode.
Yeah, it was like
one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, from 20 years ago.
Yes.
When
he was being super performative and they were all pretending like they were.
And we're not exagerating. This is literally the first episode. Season 1, episode 1.
That is the first second we see Janelle.
And he does like a back massage, shoulder squeeze to Janelle.
And she's like,
hey there, pal.
Yeah. She's uncomfortable with it.
Touching the small of her back.
2436 is left.
His hair or kiss him on the cheek or something. It brings comfort to the couple.
Poor
It brings
Janelle.
unity to the couple. It makes the couple feel kind of safe and secure.
Yeah, we know, Robyn, what affection is in a couple, you idiot.
Just because there's so much sharing, it would have made each wife feel more secure and more comfortable if Kody would have been able to show affection.
Well, guess what, Robyn? You entered 16 years in, so
that's what the family did. And if Kody wanted to do that, then Kody could say that and do it with his wives. So it sounds to me like it's you who wants that.
The you problem. It's been established already. They're all comfortable with this. And it sounds like you just want to come in and stir it up.
Yep. And make Kody think that's what he wants.
Mama Squirrel says Robyn shared her herpes. I thought it just said Robyn has herpes, which would have been even funnier. Well, Robyn has herpes. 2412.
Or we would have been able to show affection to him. Sure, yeah, we dealt with some little bit of jealousy, but we did anyway.
Maybe because the
you've never been jealous,
It was
Robyn.
okay to fight in front of each other. It was okay to sit there and get edgy with each other, but it wasn't okay to show love, support.
That's bullshit.
Like tender word. That wasn't allowed.
I mean, it seems to me like Robyn was always more interested in having physical affection, like in front of the other wives.
Yeah, she loved it specifically in front of the other wives because the power move. I know what you're doing. I'm a woman as well, Robyn. I get what you're doing.
Yeah, we saw you doing that.
Erica, Erica says, have they ever mentioned the cold sores on the show?
I don't think so.
God, Janelle, can that be the next shady thing that you say, please? Robyn brought nothing into the family except cold sores.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you.
I don't know.
Oh,
I remember.
Here you go. Here come the comments. All right, 2346.
We'll be in a good spot more often than Kody and I were in a good spot. For me personally, if I was in a good place in my relationship with Kody, then
you guys are being so
me
good.
Seeing him have affection to another wife didn't bother me because I felt very secure. But
That's
when
even
we
sadder.
weren't in a good place, it was really hard to see.
It'd be insulting, to sit there watching be affection with another wife while your marriage is terrible.
I mean, he has said that he felt like that, it was so hard to have me around because he couldn't have the affection with Robyn.
I find it very difficult to watch Meri still so damaged by all the, she remembers all these things that Kody has said about her because she keeps bringing them up, which is absolutely her prerogative. But God, I hate seeing her still living through those words. They hurt her so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading.
I wonder if these talking heads or these couch interviews were filmed at the same time as out on Coyote Pass.
Well, Meri, you can kind of tell when they are because she's lost weight since. So this looks like it's more recent. I think all of these where they're in the new rooms, that must be more recent.
Okay.
2310.
He said that.
When Meri and I got married, Meri was clingy. She was all over me. She was all over me. Meri would be sitting on my lap in front of
That's really fucked up and manipulative too, because I promise you in Mary's head, she thought that they were being affectionate with each other. So then to have the person flip, which is pretty gaslighty too. She's like, no, I wasn't into it. Meri was all over me though. It's but in my reality, you were.
Well, he must have been okay with that too then.
Right. Well, he's about to say that Janelle's mom had to come up to him and be like, hey, idiot, my daughter doesn't love all of this.
Well, or if Kody does want that, which is what Robyn was saying, he couldn't do it because they didn't want to. Well, then say, I don't want to do this, or say I want to, Kody can speak for himself, Robyn.
And I'm sure he loved it because he loves being performative like that. And as I will say, he loved Meri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Are you giving side eye back there, Walter? People are saying you're giving side eye. Okay. 2258.
Recording. Janelle's mom pulls me aside and says, hey, Janelle's not comfortable seeing that affection that you're giving to Meri. So all of a sudden, because
handsome
of this
woman
opinion, I was withdrawing that affection from Meri and never even establishing it with Janelle.
I just don't think there's any rules for a marriage. It's about what works between the couples, what works between you and your husband, what works between you and your sister wives.
Hope chest.
I think she's here.
You think so?
Yep. I heard the door.
Let's try and get these in there.
Robyn's talking about a hope chest.
Yeah, I heard that. But where is Ari coming from?
Like a hope chest. What is this, Anne of Green Gables? She's not bringing a dowry into a marriage, you idiots.
I think Robyn would thrive in Anne of Green Gables times with no technology. She'd be at the store.
Good. I want her to get bullied by Nellie Olson or something.
Robyn is Nellie Olson.
I know, but that's why I want her to get bullied. That's why I want to get bullied by. I
have her meet her
bullies. Anyway, what did you ask just before this?
Where's Ari coming from?
Oh, school. He said she's coming home from school. She has her
Big,
big, like, Valentine's Day card holder thing. And of course, hers is a big fucking unicorn horse, which is like, I'm sure everyone's like, oh, bring a box, but hers has to be like the biggest and most elaborate. She obviously didn't make it herself.
Her teacher, it's 15 minutes later, her teacher's already halfway through a bottle of red.
Oh, yeah, this is annoying. But yeah, I think it's their nanny picking them up from school, dropping them off, because Robyn won't have her kids take the bus.
No, not with all those normies.
No, not with those crazy kids.
No, not the others, the untouchables. 22, 26 is left.
Puttering. We've been moving along at a decent pace, getting this done. But now Ari's home, we can hear her, and it's like a NASCAR pit stop.
Why?
That's because of your parenting, babe.
Yeah, don't be afraid of your kid. She's getting a gift.
You've done this. You have done this. And here's another example of why I'm kind of more on Ari's side lately. Is she's nice in this episode.
Yeah.
She's
fine.
sweet.
She's fine, yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Again, it's not her fault.
No, I just think they need to keep their eye on her.
Like, we want to have like a big reveal.
Whoa!
Where's Ari?
It's cute. I like it. Happy Valentine's Day. Look at that. She is very dramatic and extremely expressive. You got drawers for all of your makeup everywhere, which is a great blessing if she's happy with you, and a terrible thing if she's not. She's like my mini me.
It doesn't
Isn't that perfect? When she's disappointed, she is mean to me. But when she's really...
It's wild to have your parent laughing proudly about what a monster you are.
She's mean to me.
It's like a NASCAR pit stop when Ari.
That really is like bad parenting right there. When she's angry, she's mean to me. But boy, when I'm nice to her and she likes me, oh, Dad, I love you. You're the best.
She's a mini me, really. That's exactly how I am, actually. I withhold.
And I do think her expression when she sits down, she's like, it's very Aurora Brianna. It's very, it's too young for her age.
Yes. How old is she here? Someone in the comments must know. 9?
Third grade, fourth grade.
What's that, 10?
Like 8, 9. Yeah.
Sure.
10's like 5th grade. Yeah.
If you say so. 2140.
Happy. It's like, Dad, you're the best dad in the whole world. I love you so much.
You are creating a monster.
Is that cute?
Good job, Mom. Tell you what, this whole idea of building this vanity with the directions, I should have read more marriage books and gotten the directions.
Fascinating. All right, let's go ahead.
Never really thought about Aspyn.
Okay, I'm at 20:55 left.
Yeah, a good point. Everyone's saying, like, did Truly get a Valentine's Day present in the mail?
Solomon. Oh, Truly, but also Solomon.
Yeah, I'm sure they got him something, like a new dirt bike. We just don't see it.
Sure. Yeah, I think
Robyn gets really nervous with those bikes. Remember, Kody bought him bikes, and it just makes me so nervous that I just have to go out there and dirt bike all the time, because apparently I do it all the time, but
that
I talk about like I don't. Liar.
Bella, you're a good girl.
Do you know he's frustrated with the whole way that our spiritual divorce through the church went down?
Really?
Oh, I love
so
this part
mad
too.
about that he didn't get a say and he didn't get.
What would he have said?
I invited him.
Daphne says she was 8 in February 2024. Is this my mom?
Daphne?
Mom?
Mrs. Kitchen. Miss Kitchen.
Are you watching this right now? Okay, it's 20. There's no. My mind would explode if she like knew that information. 2038.
I talked to him about it, and he's like, "Well, let me give it some thought."
Different Daphne.
No,
He was mad that
He's
he
just
didn't get to talk
mad
about
because it looks bad for him.
Meri told me about it. I didn't know what to say. I uninvolved myself. If I'd have been there and given them the reasons we broke up, they might not have given her the relief.
Hey, Kody, babe, they fucking know. They know about the cat. He thinks that the catfish thing is such a bigger flex than it actually is. We saw Her banana picture, Jody, if you can go ahead and throw it up there, was plastered on the front of fucking People magazine, okay? The elders know about it, okay? So it's not the flex that you think it is.
Yeah, and like you haven't been in an intimate marriage in a long time, and I'm sure they ask those sorts of things.
For sure. The abandonment still stands.
Yeah.
2019 is left.
She did her stuff. I didn't abandon her. We got the release on that premise, and that's what we needed. We needed to not be married. If I would have given my testimony what I really believed, it would have taken away her justification for the divorce, but it would have made me stuck with her.
Fucking asshole.
So which one do you want?
A man on the man's merit to be separated from a woman. They just don't do it. The woman has to request it, and the woman gets it based upon the merit of what she gives. My church isn't a cult. It's hard to get into and easy to get out of. But marriage is its own cult. I don't want to despair.
I wonder if that's like a manosphere thing. It has to.
Hey, of course it is.
I really think that we should subscribe to Adam's Patreon after this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Why not? Sure. We're subscribing to everything else these days. 1938. No commercials.
Marriage. But it is easy to get into, and it is hard to get out of.
I do understand that the church leader, when he came back to Kody, he said that it was on the basis of abandonment. I did not choose that word. I did not say that Kody abandoned me during that meeting. And so I can't be held responsible for that word.
That's their findings, Kody.
Yeah.
He's the one who said he didn't even consider himself married to me. I did tell the church leaders that.
So I wanted to ask you about that
because he said that.
Are you associated with them anymore? Like,
no.
Can I just call up and say
the way that I feel about it, and I know Christine feels different, and everybody feels different.
But I'm not where Christine is, and I'm still sort of like, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Like, I never really thought about a spiritual divorce. It didn't even occur to me because we're really not part of that church anymore. And then when Meri got one, I'm like,
I wasn't interested. I didn't feel the need to get a spiritual divorce. I was at a different spot spiritually. I believe in God, and he was great with me leaving. So a conversation with him was good enough for me.
So when I did the legal divorce, I knew that the spiritual part of it was still valid, because if it wasn't, what was yours? What was Robyn's? What was Christine's?
Yeah, I still think it's valid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to offend God.
If you want, we can talk more about it. Okay. I would go with you if you wanted me to.
Oh, please do that. Oh,
yes.
Please, Janelle.
Take a photo.
Do
a TikTok.
Do a storyline. Do a whole.
Make it a Salty Birches episode.
I'll
anything.
I will watch it. Janelle, even if you feel okay with God, and don't do it for spite, if nothing.
Yeah, Layla said the same thing. Just do it for spite. Just do petty, just for petty reason.
Sometimes that's a good reason, and that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do it for the show. Exactly. Like, this is still a more interesting storyline than Aurora getting baptized.
Yeah, so, everything's content, baby. Everything's
all content, baby. It's all revenue, baby. Okay, 1812 is left.
I would do that.
It's just to cover
such a good episode.
For me, that's what I needed.
I'm not dating, but if I found somebody, I would never want there to be like a weird barrier in my head. You know what I mean?
You've been married that way.
I've been married 30 years, and it had validity for me. I never worried about it.
So, I mean, I know that Christine's perspective on it is, well, I don't believe in that faith anymore. I just felt like it was valid. I need to actually terminate it.
You know what I also like about this is that they have brought up Christine a couple times here, and it is also in a very respectful, like, there's still a camaraderie about bringing her up, where it's not like they're trying to shit talk her. They're still being super respectful, and like, it does seem like Meri's finally invited to the club here. And I like that. That's what we wanted her.
Well, as long as she doesn't stab anyone in the back.
I don't think she will. And I don't think Jen will let her. And I think Meri is now finally so well received by people, like, especially after the Tamron Hall show, how well received she is.
Sure.
Hopefully this will show Meri, like, you do not need Kody and Robyn's validation. In fact, it will bode better for you if they don't.
Right.
Okay, 1745 left.
I need to feel like, no, this is done. This marriage was a marriage of an eternal nature. It was a sealing for beyond the grave. I did not want, and I knew that he did not want to be stuck in the eternities with me. And I felt like that's what that was. So I needed to let that go.
I have kept my faith, and I think
if there was even a like 0.0000001% chance that I would end up with Kody in the afterlife, that would be enough reason for me to get this spiritual divorce.
Yeah, I think you just do it on all accounts. Just do
check
it. Them off. Boom, boom, boom. We have zero ties.
Mostly to piss him off.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no tie whatsoever to each other.
Absolutely no chance.
Nothing.
I want to see my pets. I want to see Snowflake the hamster running to me in heaven.
Oh, right. Not Kody.
1718.
Launching himself off a rock.
LDS or the Mormon doctrines. I'm still in that realm. You know, I don't have to live plural marriage again. I don't know if I'll ever even marry again. But I've kept my faith. All of it's intact except for that whole plural marriage thing. I don't know about that. So just so that I'm sure I'm good. If I were to remarry, maybe it's worth getting a spiritual divorce.
Get it, girl.
All right. Anyway. All right. Well, I will. Thanks for chatting. This is kind of typical of mine and Janelle's relationship. Both of us are very well aware of the fact that we've never been best friends, and we probably never will be. You know, our personalities just are not that way. We also always put in the effort into our relationship as far as like doing the best for the family that we could.
Sister-wife relationships are really complex, as you can imagine. I think everybody thinks that somehow you're supposed to all be friends, hold hands and skip together down the road. No, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes you're friends and sometimes you're not. You know, Meri and I just have very different personalities. We just never could see the world the same way.
Probably. See, again, I think Nancy's somewhere out there going, I did it.
Yeah.
That is all you could really ask for them to get to is like, because before they were like, we have different personalities, but now it's more of an acceptance of we're just
now they have something in common, and that something is getting their money back and like clearing their names basically.
Well, and the loss of Garrison also, I think gives a lot of that
perspective. Yeah. Yes, for sure.
I love this episode. It's so good. 1612.
The very first days we were married, it was always that way. But we shared some very common core values, which was we believed in the family and we believed in our faith. So we figured out how to eventually work as the family, work as a team, despite our differences of personality and opinion.
All right. Ooh, now we get to go to
it's gonna be
Christine and David's Valentine. Yeah, this is kind of where the episode gets. Well, no, you know what? I did not mind this part of the episode.
Really good trip. And me represent.
Okay, we're at 1524 left, and we're at Kimmy Chop and Oyster House. And we're going to see Christine and David on their date.
This is our first Valentine's Day as a married couple, so it's extra special.
Come on, then.
Thanks, Sadie.
Hi.
Hi.
Reservations this evening?
Yes.
Perfect. What was the name? Willie?
Sometimes when you enter a restaurant, you realize everyone's eyes are on you. I love how we look as a couple.
There's no one in the restaurant, so.
And also the eyes are on you because first of all, you have a camera crew and you're Christine and David Woolley.
You're also sitting in like there's like a glassed-in private room, which I would hate because then everyone is looking at you in the private room.
Thing tonight?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, so fun.
Thanks, babe. I've always been more of a confident person. Took a hit with being married to Kody, especially the last several years. Once he told me he was attracted to me and hadn't been. You said that you were not attracted to me. My confidence took a real, slam nosedive after that.
Okay, so we can unravel this farther because it's true that I wasn't attracted to you when we got married.
You know, it was hard. It was hard to come up from that. I wish he would have told me years before, where he said, I'm not attracted to you. We'll have a platonic marriage. Because the next time he was over, I kicked him out. Being married to you has been heartache. It has been pain. And it was very difficult to feel good about myself after that. It took a lot of work to just shuck off his opinion of me.
Yeah,
and I did not date until I was okay with me again.
Okay, our first Valentine
girl.
Happy Valentine's Day. I know so many things about monogamy. I remember right after I met David, I called Mykelti and I'm like, do you always feel like Tony has your back? She's like, yeah. Like, you always.
This part's irritating to me because I really don't look at Tony and Mykelti as the epitome of like what a healthy marriage is. Like, he's actually kind of he's like condescending to her. Every clip I've seen of them, she'll say something, he'll go, oh, really? Is that the way it is? Like, I don't
like the Tony Mykelti. Like, I call them the couple I know that like just loves each other the most. Do you feel like he has your back? Oh, like, I don't.
Their relationship is built on negging.
Yeah, and I don't think this is how the conversation went with Mykelti. Or no. Like that Christine said it that way. That she was like, oh, that means Dad didn't. Like, no, you said it, Christine. Come on. She was hinting at it.
Count on him no matter what. She's like, yes. I'm like, I felt like that about David. She's like, well, yeah, you should. And she goes, oh, you didn't feel like that with Dad. And I said, I didn't know.
I'm glad I waited for you. It's been, 11 years since I was married. It's been awesome with you.
Same.
It's been really awesome.
Married again. And this cared for and this secure. Because I know what it's like to not feel like this. And it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're back in Flag.
Oh, new sports car. Robyn in a full-length black leather jacket. Like
sports
she's in the fucking
doesn't
Matrix.
make your dick any bigger, and it doesn't give you the six-pack that you think you have. It doesn't make you younger or stronger.
Yeah. No, what is Robyn wearing here? This full-length black leather jacket, I feel like is absolutely a gift from Kody. Being like, ooh.
And
she looks like she's, isn't that the Matrix? Is he wearing like a black leather coat?
Neo.
Yeah, but I should. Oh, yeah.
Like in the conversation last night on the episode on Facebook. By the way, join our Facebook group, guys. We love to hate everything. You just answer the questions even if you don't know the answer. Don't touch anything, Latrice. Somebody was like, "Oh, you can get these earrings for like $7.99 on Amazon," but it's like, but the Robyn and Kody receiving gifts, it has nothing to do with the gifts. It's literally just the status and the price. That's all.
Well, I think they like giving gifts and they like giving expensive gifts because it makes them
I think if you'd given these David Yurman earrings to Robyn but didn't pay full price for them, I don't think that would have been as meaningful.
No.
Like if he's like, I got these, I bought these at a thrift shop, she'd be like,
yeah, they're being discontinued or something. And
it's just about the price. And by the way, Zuleyska put together Robyn's outfit and the money that Robyn is like wearing in this episode and spent on the vanity, which was $200, and all the jewelry she's wearing in the bag she's carrying totals. Hang on, I have it here. I think it's about $7,000. I think she said. Here it is. The total is $5,795 in this episode. Of bags, jewelry that Robyn wears and receives here.
Just almost the bags and jewelry. And oh my God. Well, she doesn't look like it. That's like really sad that a $5,000 outfit looks like that. That's really, that shows you that she's got bad taste. Money can't buy you class.
Money can't buy you class. Bella, we're almost done here. We're at 13 minutes exactly left.
Oh.
Lie down.
You're a cheater.
Yeah, she's wearing a duster.
Without getting something for you.
He's got gifts, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know we were doing gifts here.
I know this is so conspicuous.
Oh, I'm sure that if he didn't give you a gift, that would have gone over real swell. You wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing gifts here. Yeah, because Robyn doesn't want all of us seeing the expensive gifts that he got her.
Yeah, but don't worry, we added it up already, babe.
Okay, yeah.
This audience works fast. All right, 12:45.
Family, Valentine's Day was always a challenge.
Your Valentine's gift is big.
I'm sure it is. And expensive.
There were 3 wives, and then there were 4. There was sometimes I was just overwhelmed, so I was striking out.
It was the wives' fault.
Wow. There is this.
All right, so we found this jewelry. Someone did find it here. Did I put it at the bottom? You added all these extra things here, so now I don't know what I'm looking at Here, where are these?
I have a photo of the earrings.
Oh, okay, I have them here. They're $2,250. This is just the earring. It's David Yurman, and there was a matching
for Valentine's Day. This isn't a wedding, like on your wedding day. This isn't
50th anniversary,
special anniversary.
Yeah,
Valentine's
birthday.
Day.
No, it's just this. David, they love
And
David.
she didn't even like them. She's like, oh wow.
David Yurman's going to send them a cease and desist. Feel like you're giving me a bad name. Nobody wants to dress like you now.
Yeah, and if you see, she also got the bracelet.
Of course. Well, you can't get the earrings without the bracelet. You got to have a set.
And she doesn't even like them. What color would you have done? The turquoise is interesting. It's not very Robyn.
More of a Janelle gift, right? If Kody gave these to Janelle, she'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you kept the receipt, right?
Right.
I can pay 3 bills with this.
The dark green are kind of interesting.
They're fine. I would never wear jewelry this expensive.
I would never guess they were $2,200.
No.
I'd rather that cash or like go on a vacation or something.
I would just buy these on Amazon for $7.99, and then they would turn my ears green. And that's what happens. $12.26.
Thing in plural marriage where men feel like they have to give each wife.
Okay, Robyn, we know.
Pretty.
Look at pretty.
And
your favorite kind of turquoise, aka the most expensive kind of turquoise.
She goes, she hates it. Those will sit and never get worn. She will never return them.
She doesn't wear turquoise because turquoise actually is kind of trendy, and Robyn doesn't really like being trendy, as we found out. She likes being expensive, and gaudy. 12-12.
Go. I want what she has, or I want to be unique, and I want you to know me. It's really tricky. Well, hers looks better than mine, or why did he give me the same thing as her? It's so pretty. Thank you.
She doesn't think so.
Jewelry for a pretty woman.
Oh, you're so sweet.
A good line.
I'm trying to imagine if like Jesse said that to me, he would never dare try to say. I'd be like, excuse me.
Like it was
so awkward.
Like life is like a box of chocolates is poetry compared to what Kody just said there.
Like, oh my God, 11.
Like Walter could come up with a better pickup line than that.
Like my stomach just dropped into my ass hearing him say that.
Like,
it was so
why don't you just do like a milady and just put us all of our misery there.
He's just so cheesy.
And she hates them.
Yeah, I love that. I never even clocked that she hates them, but she definitely does. Oh, they're nice.
She goes, ooh, pretty.
They're pretty. Pretty jewelry for a pretty wife. 11:52.
I don't know, he seems kind of like, this is fun. I'm having fun. I just have one to worry about right now, and there's no comparison, and nobody's getting jealous. And
you've always done that.
Tell me about your trip. See the girls.
This is interesting.
A really good trip. Made arrangement to go see Christine's girls in Utah. Turns out there's other kids there, like other of my kids from other mothers. Aspyn and I had this long discussion. She said, "Dad, why? What is?"
So, what do you think sparked this? Because Corey and Carly and Ace and Caitlin both looked up if maybe this was recorded more recently, but they looked at the food and they're eating the actual prefix from that Valentine's Day. So this was actually recorded before Garrison's, because I was thinking maybe he went and did that after Garrison's passing to go make amends. Okay. But as far as those two podcasts figured out with the prefix menu, and I feel like that's gospel now, this is before that. So why do you think, let us know in the comments, why did he reach out to Aspyn here?
I think just the backlash. Or it could have been the Christmas thing.
Right around here.
Had the Christmas thing happened?
The season had just finished airing.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get on a good page with Aspyn because she is like, in Kody's mind, she's one of like the prettier girls, the like, more popular one. Those are his favorites. Sure. I think she was there and she was like, okay, I'm just going to ask you this. Now, did you pick up, I'm sure you did, where Kody says, I had a discussion with Aspyn. She's like, oh, I think there was more of a confrontation, Kody. Did you hear that? You're about to hear it. Okay, listen.
wrong? What did I do? Why don't you like me that
I would say that's just kind of more of a confrontation.
It wasn't. She confronted me.
She confronted you, right? By the way, I just noticed that Jacob
That
in our
sounds
chat,
like a confrontation.
Jacob changed his name to Jacob.man. Oh man, in the chat.
I love it.
I love all of you guys. 11:18 left. Okay, for confronting.
Aspyn's not going to like hearing that.
Something's wrong. Yeah, Aspyn literally asked why I didn't like her. And I'm like, sweetheart, I love you.
Because I think Aspyn's smart enough to know that that's how you have to confront Kody, is like put him in power and be like, why don't you like me? Instead of being like, you did this. You have to be like,
yeah, why don't you like me?
Yeah. She's smart.
Well, you said all my kids and blah, 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 blah. So that means me.
Yeah. Yeah. Toxic.
Well, I'd say that's more of a confrontation. It's like, well,
Brooke
she confronted me, but we talked.
Right. She tries to backpedal is what Brooke said. Which,
yep.
Yeah, because Kody is like, no, even Kody is like, I'm not going down this road with you right now. My kids are actually kind of talking to me right now.
Yep.
11:07.
Always have and always will. Aspyn and I had a long discussion about us having a relationship, not filtered through my view of her mother or her mother's view of me. It just improved so much for a relationship. And what I explained to her was just there's just this place of pain that I didn't feel welcome to reach out to everybody.
That's valid. I think that's valid.
Made you feel unwelcome. I said, but what has happened in my life has made me feel unwelcome.
Yeah.
I got alienated from my children.
Nope.
When
you alienated yourself.
I have an assumption that the exes just weren't protecting the privacy of the breakup at all. They were just like, your dad's like this, your dad's like this, your dad's like this.
You were on a show for
I can tell you, well, yes, exactly.
Privacy.
They can watch this all.
You get privacy in this divorce now. You're literally a public figure getting divorced on TV.
Yeah, and also the children he's talking about, by the way, where we're paused, he looks insane. The kids are old enough. They're teenagers. They're in their 20s. They can see what's happening and have their own ideas. Also, as someone somewhat recently divorced, going through, whatever shit, and you have kids that are, let's say like younger, let's just say like Truly's age, right? The last thing you want to do is be talking about them with the kids. Like, you're like, I don't want, like, at least I think most of the women I know, at least, like, this home is a sacred space. We don't talk about it here. Like, no. Maybe okay. Christine, Janelle away, and Christine and David.
That says Christine loves talking about Kody.
Well, I was going to say now, Christine and David, as we're going to see, that's a different story. I think she's got to cut that shit out, talking about Kody with her new husband, although they are getting paid to be on a show to talk about.
Yeah. And she's giving us what we want. And again, I would never let those nachos thing go ever.
Yeah. I think women who are over their exes, as Christine and Janelle clearly are, they are not talking about you. You wish they were talking about you to their kids. Yeah. They are not.
Christine, I think, is over him, but she's talking about him from a place of severe pain. Janelle is over him.
Yes.
Like fully.
Yeah. And if they're talking about it with the kids, they're not saying anything that the kids don't already see and know.
It was on TV.
Like, it's almost as if, and I think to an extent, it's probably to a certain point, good parenting, because sometimes when you're like, oh, well, we're not supposed to talk about this with the kids. Well, when the kids are old enough, I think you can show them respect by explaining to them the actual situation and things too. Like, and I think if Janelle and Christine have explained things to their kids, they're explaining the facts. Yes, we're divorcing. I am moving. Your dad's not in love with me anymore. We're going to do like our own, you know what I mean? Like, we're moving. We're all going to be happy. This is not how we play. He's just lying, obviously.
Yeah.
That's just
he's a big piece of shit. 10-17.
Lies.
So I had all this relationship struggle with all of my kids. I'm different. I'm not in the home. They don't know how to define me. We haven't had a lot of connection.
Well, that's your own fault, because you could have come around.
Where they're no longer having me represented to them by my ex-wives.
Look, I don't talk trash on Kody to my kids. Ever.
That's a
I wish
lie.
Kody would reach out to them more, and I wish he had a better relationship with his kids. I've done everything that I can to facilitate that relationship.
I think that's also true. I think she talked shit on Kody. Yes, and I wish that he would see the fucking kids. Remember when she went on that one podcast and they're like, describe Kody in one word? She goes, a deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're about to talk about Mykelti.
The twins were fun to see.
The twins were fun to see
because they change month to month. It's just constantly changing. Here's the funny thing about the kids in Utah is it's getting better and better every time. It feels like kind of like the farther we get from, breakups, the better it gets. So this time was a really sweet experience. Two of my boys from another mother were there, and that was good because it didn't seem like there's.
So that must have been obviously Janelle's kids because Meri doesn't have boys. So Gabe and Garrison or Hunter or Logan.
Or maybe it was over the holidays or something.
Well, he said
maybe he went up there to see Truly, maybe.
I'm just trying to figure out which boys it was. He said there were a couple of boys from the other mom. I'm just trying to
I could see Logan maybe being like, fine, he stays indifferent, maybe. I don't know.
It's, oh God, it might be controversial for me to say this, but I cannot wait until next episode. We've been waiting for this. Like, I want to believe that TLC, now they have these new producers, that they will handle this well. I don't know what that means. I don't know how I would produce this. Oh, Peyton. Right. Maybe Peyton. That's what
I was thinking. It might be Peyton because it was Christine's.
One of the ones that don't matter.
Yeah.
9:15 is left.
Like everybody lets the animosity go. This trip was so sweet.
All right, let's get ahead here.
And kiss.
I wonder how much talk of Saul and Ari got cut out. Like I can see the producers just like cutting out the rest of their Valentines. They're like, okay, so talk about we got that information on Aspyn, done.
For sure. 8:46.
We did family parties for Valentine's Day. Family parties, and they were good. I have to say, they were a lot of fun. We just concentrated on the fun, not the romantic part of it. No. Kody would give us some flowers sometimes, like in front of each other, and then like kiss us all.
Are they all the equal flowers?
And then
or was some of them?
Babe, you just kiss us all right there.
Wait. I'm going to be your man, and I'm going to stand by you, and I'm going to say, oh, what he do? Just slide you up and go down. That's what he did. Zig, boom, roasted.
I was just going to point out that Christine's drink looks really good. I would love a sip of it.
Hey, thank you, Meri. Meri gave us a super sticker. She's got to go, but she's looking forward to girl dinner. Karen Reed, me too, girl. It is boiling hot in this room.
Oh, I feel great.
Woo!
Okay. Or the hormones are starting to start.
Sorry, as soon as David talked, it's getting steamy in here.
Oh, hot and bold.
Yeah.
8:16. Whoops, sorry.
Yes. It's just so weird to think about. I was married to a guy who had intimate relationships and kissed other women, and it was fine because it was part of our culture and it's what we did. I can't believe I was okay with that. All of it, but it was a religious practice. I was 100% okay with it. I didn't get jealous about it until Robyn came along, and nothing.
Yeah, it's not that hard to say.
They got engaged and everything, and I thought, oh, that's nice. They're engaged now, so now it's more official. Like a month later, I found out that Kody's still the engagement with a kiss, and I freaked. We didn't kiss until over the altar because I didn't feel right about kissing a married man. And so to me, the fact that he had kissed
Robyn's jaw there.
It was devastating.
It
So when I found out Kody kissed Robyn, oh my gosh, I was like, wait, what? You're not even married. Why are you kissing her? And he's like, we talked before about how our first kiss was over the altar in front of the other wives, and it was really awkward. I'm like, I know. And he goes, and we even talked about next time I got married, and you suggested that we kiss beforehand. I know, but I didn't expect it to happen, and nor did I expect it to hurt so bad.
Let's have a toast to our first year of success and our love, marriage, and how hot you are.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, cute. Okay. Adorable. Lovely.
All right, back in Flagstaff. Good girl. No? Just say that.
God, Robyn is so dowdy. Ugh.
Valentines, that's just you and me. Do you ever sit there and feel like you wish we were in a plural relationship? And like, where are you at with all that right now? I'd have some.
Kody just openly drinks now.
Oh, yeah. Which, fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
He's
drinking like just a shot of like
some
like
Robyn, she clinks a lot of things now. Now it's just like I'm cutting dinner. I'm cutting.
What's that kind of liqueur that like is after dinner and it tastes like licorice? I feel like that's what Cody's drinking. Sambuca. I feel like that's what he's drinking. It's in a little Sambuca glass.
No, it's too bitter. He likes something sweet. It's a lemon drop.
612.
Not having one wife would be enough for him because he has been living and used to this other way for so long, and so it's vulnerable. It's so vulnerable to be asking this, but I kind of need to know if we're okay, I guess, and just make sure that this works for us. The question in my head is this it, or are we gonna try to live plural marriage again?
Robyn, like you'd let that happen.
Well, as if
not being a polygamist anymore.
As he finishes a second shot. People are saying in the comments what they think it is. Anisette, brandy with 3 Splendas, ouzo.
Oh.
It's some kind of after dinner thing.
Something expensive that Kody saw as an option on the menu. Add it.
Have it. Kody saw as an option on the menu and pretended like he knew what it was. Pronounced it wrong. Butchered the pronunciation of whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it's been a challenge for me. This is what I thought.
Robyn's shirt is ugly.
Wow.
I feel like I've been slapped by polygamy. It's hard not to be bitter about the fact that I fought off on it and did it. Because in the end, in the last moments of it, it felt terrible.
Etienne.
I'm like literally bitter sometimes.
Aren't you missing what it was before?
Oh boy. Man, that is so loaded.
This is a good point. Dastardly Saboteur says they're at an Italian place betting on Sambuca. That makes sense because if they're at an Italian place, Cody's going to go full Italian on this.
Oh,
he's going to get like the most Italian meal.
He's going to be like 1/9 Italian. Say something stupid like that.
Even though
Kathy Helton saying
one podcast pointed out that like, why would they go to Italian when they're gluten free?
No, the other place had oysters. Maybe seafood.
Cody has celiac disease the same way that Dayton has Asperger's, meaning that both are undiagnosed or diagnosed by Robyn and Kody.
That's right.
4:55 left. Sorry, things are getting riled up over here. You guys did good.
I'm not getting after you. I'm like going, wow. I don't want to be flippant with my answer because we were devoted to this.
Like they haven't planned this whole conversation.
Pursue another woman because I don't want that headache, the questions, the struggles, the wonder about trust. I'm not in that.
And Robyn doesn't want another wife.
Yeah. That's less money for Robyn.
I'm completely discouraged by the idea that people feel obligated to do what we did. I think 5 years from now, I literally will see other polygamists, maybe even people I knew, and I will shudder for them. How do you feel?
You know that I've just been heartbroken by all of this.
Oh, sure.
I don't really know beyond that. This was a part of our initial agreement in our relationship is that we were living plural marriage. I am at a space in my head where I'm very scared of plural marriage now because of what has happened.
Because what you did,
so there's
you did
trauma there, but it's still part of my beliefs. How are you feeling about monogamy, though?
At peace, and I'm sad because the difficulties of the past 3 years, I feel like have affected us. I want to apologize for the space I went through.
Well, he does probably owe her an apology for this because, as Adam said, that must have been
because I was angry. You were withdrawing from me, and because you were withdrawing from me, I was experiencing not just the anger from the rejection.
He wouldn't have had it been in that place if she weren't so awful.
Well, true.
Marriage and everything that I was experiencing there, it was causing me to literally have bad thoughts about us. Because I'd been in plural marriage for so long, and it was a sole focus of marriage for me, when we failed at it, I was sabotaging myself. There were days, unfair to Robyn, that I thought about just walking away from our relationship too.
Whatever.
I was so broken. I became self-destructive.
I think the biggest thing is whether or not you're able to process through it enough that you can be yourself again. Because you've been very, very angry. And I understand that.
And I apologize, and I understand that I've been in a bad place.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to them.
Tell them that.
Yeah, I was like, did they know?
I promise you that now he's like, well, I said that one apology last year to you on camera on Valentine's.
Oh, you're going to act differently now too, right? You're going to act differently because you're sorry, you're remorseful.
You're obviously going to show this, yes, and make amends, of course. Oh no, that's all you're going to do. 207 is left.
It's just hard
down to the end.
But I failed to recognize what a struggle this would be for my wives. I'm trying to move on, but I'm kind of arrogant and cocky about how I do it in order to fight the emotions. Like all that I said.
He's about to say, like, all that shit I said, I didn't mean it. I know that this is the sentiment that you think we want, Kody, the audience, but like, no, you already came out and admitted, no, I never loved them. Just, you can't turn around.
And now you're like, well, I was just having a temper tantrum. Like, that doesn't look good on you either.
Yeah, exactly. And all us, the audience, again, they still think that they can outsmart us.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That's ahead of you, babe.
Yeah.
Not loving my wives and stuff, my exes, was just like me trying to dial in how
that's a good point that Jean says. They're trying to make him look better before next week. That actually makes sense too. That they're trying they're keeping this episode light. Like, look how much everyone in the family is good now.
Kody even said he was kind of sorry.
Yeah, he was just mad. He was cocky. He just didn't mean all that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm not affected by this. Those mean women, they're gone. I never loved them anyway. I mean, this is really the crap I was spewing because that was only defense I had. Divorce just does that to you. It's not that.
And now, what's the excuse?
And now that we're broke up, I'm like going, that wasn't worth it. And they're going, that wasn't worth it. I got my identity from them saying I was awesome and telling my kids I was awesome.
That's true.
And having my kids tell me I was awesome. And now they're gone, and they're saying that I'm a piece of trash. I don't blame them. I was saying they were a piece of trash. I was telling you that I didn't love them. It didn't work for a reason.
Robyn.
And I tried to convince myself that I did this on purpose because I didn't love them. As much as I said I hated them or that I didn't love them, and I love them. This situation, what we experienced, is over. If it could be friendly, I would be very happy.
That's fine, but like all three of your wives wanted that 3 years ago. If you could have been friendly, it's
the thing that Kody doesn't realize is friendly. And I think actually Dr. M mentioned this, but he mentioned it more in the respect that like the women or the three other wives did so much all the time. They did everything. So when you do that and you keep doing more and more and more, it's not seen or appreciated. And so when you suddenly don't do it, they're like, what the fuck? You're doing bare minimum. You're doing nothing. And it's really just because you've done everything before. I can relate to that. But I think like him saying now, like, oh, well, if we could be friendly and you know, they would build me up to the kids and all that kind of stuff. And now they're talking trash. I don't think it's that they're talking trash. I think it's that they are not making excuses for him anymore. They're not talking him up anymore. And just by them not doing that, in his mind, that means bad. Yeah. You don't get to treat your ex-wives like shit. And then you think they're just going to still parent and build you up like they did before. No. Listen, all men who've gotten divorced, that stops. You got that because you were a couple. Yeah. You don't get that when you split up. She owes you nothing. She owes you nothing.
Julia says it sounds like he's realizing how lame Robyn is and now he's stuck with her now. I think that he's definitely realizing that Robyn's kids are lame as fuck. Like that Jenga scene is one of the most, you know, that TikTok trend where it's like, what's one of the most horrifying scenes you've ever seen? That Jenga scene might be on mine. Of just like people trying the smooth
painting the table.
Cody's so clearly not having fun because his family is lame.
And then he sees the cool Browns.
Exactly. Hunter, Logan, Garrison, Gabe. They're all way cooler.
And he's not the center of attention of it either. And it kills him.
All right. 45 seconds left.
I'm very pleased and happy at this point from the experience that I've had.
Okay.
A monogamous marriage with you.
They are so weird.
Yeah. Okay. Next time it's Sister Wives. Oh.
You know, I've dated a little bit and I have had experiences.
Stop yelling.
I believe that some people are not interested simply because of my background.
Or your personality. I love how they're dun, as David accidentally throws a David, are you going to clear that wall? Oh, David. But then this, I know we're not going to show the Garrison thing here, but also I guess next week is where Garrison passes. Or maybe there'll be like a second special or something afterward. Either way, this episode doesn't look like it's going to go in line with Garrison passing. But
yeah.
Tony's in this episode. Tony.
There are times we butt heads. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, I'm just going to see how far I can go before she knocks me one.
I don't like that one. I don't like that idea.
Also Garrison dies, I guess. But we'll see what happens. I think that's why that preview is maybe so like stupid. But maybe they're having that in there as like lighthearted stuff. But I guess we'll see what they do. I'm not going to.
Yeah, maybe. He's got to go over the fence and then he just pushes it until she gives one to me.
Right. Great episode.
Love you guys.
Thank you again to Dr. Adam. You were so fun and awesome. And please come back. We are so welcome.
Go subscribe, listen to his podcast, check out Pod in the City. Check down on the bottom of your screen for our favorite podcast and YouTube people to follow. I believe it's at the bottom of the page.
And leave us a voicemail. That's in our show notes. You can leave us a voicemail and we'll do another mailbag episode. Those are always fun. We love hearing your guys' voices.
We'll be back here next week, same time with
Brianna. Anya. You guys should subscribe to her on TikTok. I don't really know how you'd find her, but put in her name, BRYANNAH. You'd probably find her. She talks about sister wives and she's like blowing up over there. So good for her. And you all know her from the chat. We love you guys so much. All of you animals did so wonderfully. I'm so proud of you. Yay, Walter. Yay,
Yay.
We love you guys.
We love y'all.
And you know what? You're all adults. Bye-bye. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment and click on that bell if you want notifications because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/trpod. And We Love to Hate TV. Patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.